allow the children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ọ̀rẹ́ ara lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is brunch time with Maiyegun. Thank you so much for joining me as usual. Please read the caption of this broadcast, the description of this broadcast. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell all of them, Maiyegun today.
Ani esunraki. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki. Ani esunraki.
Olóyè Sunday Igboho has been quoted to have said or declared Yoruba Nation will not participate in the nationwide protest with some other extra words. As I was walking into the studio to kickstart this, I saw another headline that says, breaking news, Igboho denies that Yorubas will not participate in the protest. I said, okay, good. Read this, share it. I have a lot to share with you today. Ayo, Fauleche. Ayo, Fauleche, or you just say Fauleche, has also poked the north, the Arewas. He said because they are burning too much. That is why thiefnubu is having problem. Arewa done the boy too. Motide. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is brunch time with Maiyegun. But there is a caveat, just in case of those who are going to be snowflakes in the comment section. Okay? There are some few things I want you to remember, even if you don't have the brains to possibly remember. I will remind you. This is Maiyegun General, right? We'll start with. This is Maiyegun's Diary Political, second, right? And this platform raised over 40 million naira in support of the agitation of Yoruba Nation. This platform raised and disbursed over 40 million naira in an effort to defend the victims of persecution, the Yoruba Nation campaigners persecuted by Buhari, and I played a very big role in that. Just before you begin to point your fingers and start shouting, attack on your hero and all of that, it is just time for you to know something, okay? So this platform fed the Yoruba Nation leaders. Yes, the Ilanomo Odua leaders. This platform fed them, took care of their welfare for months. They stretch. So whatever I say to you, I am speaking from the position of advantage, position of somebody who knows something, and you don't have to believe me. You don't hold me that. Believe me or not, that's your problem. Whatever you hear from my mouth, can only possibly be denied by the individuals involved. So it is time for us to kind of tell ourselves some certain truth. And it's not going to be comfortable. I promise you, it won't. But it will put an end to some extent, some certain deceits taken too far. People being taken for a ride. And it seems that same people are doing waka to our faces. Waka. And we are not just going to look away. Ladies and gentlemen, thiefnubu has been an ardent criminal for a very long time. And his only modus operandi is money. To everybody who knows him very well, those who have had an access to him, or those who have attempted to have an access to him, you will do whatever he wants you to do. It may be now, it may be later, whatever it is. But you know something, in fairness, Igboho never had such privilege. For some reason, he never got closer to him. And this is the story of what may be developing out there after Sunday Igboho was quoted. I'll quote it, I'll read it out. Yeah. That since Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office on May 29, 2023, he has implemented revolutionary policies which his predecessors lacked the political will to pursue. These bold steps have, unsurprisingly, unsettled those who believe it is their birthright to rule Nigeria. The Yoruba Nation movement and I firmly declare that we will not participate in any protest aimed at using the Southwest as a battleground for political upheaval. We stand resolute in our belief that the Yoruba Nation will not be a launchpad for disintegrating Nigeria. We recognize that economic hardship is a global phenomenon, not unique to Nigeria. thiefnubu's talking point. But there are some clarity I need you to know. Yoruba Nation and the agitation for it didn't start, okay, 2 years ago or 3 years ago. It has always been the last sort of a stroke that the political class always use to whip sentiment in getting whatever they wanted in Nigeria. People like us grew up believing that Yoruba Nation as a region, right, had the potential of doing better than they are currently doing in Nigeria. So to the political class, they were throwing the word like restructuring, democracy, restructuring, and all that stuff. And, you know, somebody like myself, who is also a political student, right, grew up believing that, in fairness, right, let everybody take care of their own affair. Let's go back, you know, we keep brandishing 1963 Constitution. Let's go back to that one where we are, you know. But a lot of us discovered later that when the political class says, if we can't get this, we are going to break away. Yoruba Nation will be declared. Some of us actually grew up religiously, believing that one day, this our political class, they are actually going to lead us out of the contraption called Nigeria. Don't blame me. I was raised to believe that Yoruba Nation and all the Yorubas, one day, we would have either our region or our country. So, after this democracy came, so many things started coming to light. We now discovered that, wait, the political class told us that we needed democracy, which is closer to us governing ourselves, which will give us an opportunity to choose our own leader, sort of. So we played it. About 20 years after, it became obvious that Nigeria is actually not the problem. It is those criminals using Yoruba as their meal ticket that are because Yorubas have been governing Yorubaland, okay? And our people have become poorer. Our infrastructures, schools, hospitals, they are decayed. Our farms are empty. This can't be blamed only on Nigeria. So without the collaboration of those who are supposed to protect us. So a lot of us started having interest in, it is actually not that Nigeria is holding anyone. Honestly, it is the political class from every part of Nigeria that is using their, their link to their own region or whatever to hold them down for Nigeria. To hold them down for Nigeria. So few of us started feeling like, it is better to push for the scrapping of their constitution. Push enough that the Yoruba's position even force the hand of the political class to the point that they will push the Yoruba position towards either regionalism or complete sovereignty. Baba, in 2015, thiefnubu politics. Now, this is me coming forward now to say, okay, in 2015, suddenly, thiefnubu's politics was that Yorubas are closer to becoming the president of Nigeria through APC. And therefore, all the things that the Yorubas have been pushing, restructuring, this, that, finally, Yorubas will have a chance of doing, they deceived the ball. A lot of us who have now discovered that the way Nigeria is actually really structured, the way it is, right, is intentional. And all these guys from the southern Nigeria, they are comfortable. But they are lying to us. You get that? They are lying to us that, you know, this inequality is unfair, blah, blah, blah. It was all for political leverage. Now, those of us who discovered, we started finding other people saying same. That was how a lot of us entered the barrage of maybe if we actually bring ourselves together, maybe we can force the hand of these guys, because it's all deceit now. APC was lying. thiefnubu was lying. Look at those around him. Look at those places they've been ruling for years. These guys are in on it. If you don't hold them responsible, Nigeria will continue to treat us wherever they want. I mean, however they want. So what happened? They dragged the name of Yorubas into APC. Then Buhari started dealing with the whole Nigeria without sparing any part, not even his own people, talk less of his own partners, the Yoruba region. Well, I'm not going to speak for them, for those who lost out in the political equation, whatever they expected from Buhari that they didn't get. But I'm actually talking about the Yoruba people in the whole equation. Fulani terrorists invaded our land. And again, in fairness to Igboho, it could have been like anyone else, everyone else. A lot of us living abroad continue to receive either the cause of our family members being kidnapped, ransom demanded, and all these news were being suppressed by the same people that were supposed to speak for us. At a point, they killed the daughter of the supposed leader of Afenifere, a Yoruba socio-political group. Afasoroti's daughter. Remember? So they killed her, and the supposed person who was forcing himself to say is the Yoruba leader, thiefnubu, went there. And he was asking about, where are the cows? Now, Yorubaland came under the siege, never seen before. We were disarmed. And that was where Oloye Sunday Igboho came into the picture. He wasn't a saint. He wasn't. Yeah? He's a businessman. I mean, to the rest of the world. He is also a hand for hire. For those of us who actually know him very well. Around that time, if those who are educated, those who are enlightened, those who had the political will and the political power to protect our people fail to do so, then we all agree that our ancestors will raise someone. And whoever they raise, it won't be the time for us to begin to kind of probe him and wanted something. No. This time around, it is actually to see people that can push enough courage that we can stand up against these people. And he did. He did. Which then attracted the anger of the Fulanis, led by Buhari. How could he be giving order? Where is thiefnubu? What is he doing about it? Igboho himself knows the role thiefnubu played in an attempt to kill him. He knows, but I'm going to get to that. They were sending people to send threats to him. They were not offering him money. Nobody offered him money. They were warning him. And then you remember all the rallies. Oh, the rallies. That was where the Ilano sort of quickly hijacked the idea of the Yorubas are awake. They are willing and ready to, This was where the whole complex family, mixed up. We have to raise the awareness in Yorubaland, and we need to stand up. Every one of us, we must. And indeed, we stood up. All over the world, we heard him. We heard him, and we knew the danger involved. And a lot of us went over and beyond. to protect him and protect all of them to the best of our ability. He had no single problem everywhere he went in Yorubaland until the day they chose that they were going to Lagos. Different threats started coming. And why was that? Because in Abuja, inside the Aso Rock, thiefnubu's name is being mentioned that he was the one sending him. He was the one sponsoring him. APC, Egbe wanted him dead. Have you forgotten? They said they were mocking him. Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation. They were asking him to use his voodoo. That if he comes to Lagos, they will kill him. Have you forgotten? I bet you haven't. So those who are going to come here and begin to throw the card of Igboho loves Yoruba this and that, and most of them are those who wanted him dead 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They wanted him dead because he was a threat to thiefnubu becoming president. A threat. Don't forget that. Igboho himself can publicly come out and deny that the threat to his life, an attempt on his life, came straight from Bodilon. Yes, from thiefnubu's desk. Just to prove to Buhari that he is not the one sending or sponsoring the Yoruba Nation. The impression up north, they were telling their people, thiefnubu is using Igboho. They were not talking about the Fulani threat, the Fulani terrorism. Up north, they said thiefnubu was sponsoring Igboho and Yoruba Nation. In order to threaten the north. For them to give him the presidency, to become the president after Buhari. That was the impression that time. So around that time, Igboho has to be out of the picture, totally. They signed off on that. And he was told, they are coming to your house at the end of the month. Before you have that, your July 1st rally in Lagos. They are coming on the 30th of June. We advise you, please don't stay at home. Please. And if you appear in Lagos, the order is that whenever you are seen in Lagos in the crowd, you should be shot and killed. They gave him the heads up. But what they didn't tell him was that they were going to come a day before they told him they will come. But luckily for him, in the last hour, he was able to be tipped off, jump the fence, bruise his arm with laceration, and managed to escape from his killers, who later killed 2 people, his own brother and friend. This came from the stable of thiefnubu, just to prove to them that, listen, I am not the one sponsoring him. And if you don't believe me, wait. We've told him the rally in Lagos will never hold. He will never come to Lagos. But these guys, these Agberos in Lagos were making videos. Have you forgotten? They were making videos threatening him. So how did all of that now change to Oloye Sunday Igboho coming into the public and then pleading with people? Listen, if he has denied that he didn't say there would be protest, right? Well, fear to him. Or it will be naive of you to pretend that you haven't heard him tell people and say, Buhari destroyed Nigeria. I mean, Buhari what? He destroyed Nigeria and we need Yoruba Nation. That was then. Now, it is, people shouldn't blame thiefnubu. They should blame Buhari. Okay? And then this protest, as it was quoted earlier, is now Yoruba Nation will not be used as a spring or a launch pad for the breakup of Nigeria. Really? So what happened in Benin Republic? When Oloye finally got smuggled out of Nigeria, arrangement was made. It needed to move far away, as far as possible. And the first option to him was, I would rather just go to Germany and be with my family for the time being until the dust settles. Right? Meanwhile, the whole thing was that he must be either captured, dead or alive. So his escape slipped from them, and they know that his face was already everywhere where they were looking for him. Now, the story of how he was arrested has been retold a few times. But the story of how the same Benin Republic that kept postponing, adjourning, and adjourning his case without real trial suddenly didn't go to court. And then they returned everything and said he can go. That's the story you haven't been told. A lot of you have suspected so much. And that suspicion is, your suspicion is that thiefnubu has bribed him. Again, I can tell you this right now. It is also not about money. It wasn't about offering money in the first instance. Remember the role Akintoye and his own partner also were playing behind the scene. I'll tell you. You see, the creation of Akintoye and Olabiran, what's that guy's name again? That old man. Their creation, they were also the creation of a lot of us that believed that indeed Yoruba needs, to leave Nigeria. And these guys who kind of brought the idea, Ilano, and the other few names they called themselves before they actually had to create the Ilano as well. None of them had any real plan. Like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. Okay? No real plan, no nothing. Other than, oh, this thing has gained momentum now. And everybody is interested, so we just keep telling them what they want to hear. So people like us who are interested in, what is the plan that we can actually really begin to recruit for that? They couldn't present any. And that was the beginning of the end to start with. So the moment Igboho was off the picture, the whole push and all of that also went down, right? So what did Talon agree to? And then whose call finally opened the door and said he could continue? It was that of thiefnubu, and this is it. You know, they call thiefnubu a Mr. Strategist. His strategy is mostly criminal. When I say criminal, it's like the devil. It won't do something for you without expecting something in return. For some reason, people believe that thiefnubu had the intention of paying the northern Nigeria back in their own coin, which means all the humiliation they suffered under Buhari, right? They would have to experience him, and he won't be able to do that without securing, the service of some kind of, organized, stronger guys in his region. Igboho falls into that. Igboho shouldn't be outside the box this time. He should paint his Yoruba Nation this stuff, right? It needs to be on board, because whatever the North want to do this time around, it is easier to just say, before I didn't support you to chase this Fulani stuff and that, right? And that's one thing that he believes, that if the Fulani move mad after he kind of does his own first 4 years, if they move mad, right, then we will move mad too. And this time around, it will be like official. So, and that can force their hand. So, Igboho should be on standby. Don't worry, you can go to where you're going and you can come back and all of that stuff. But you will promise one thing. And that one thing is that you will be at the service of the thiefnubu. Now, like I said, you are free to kind of debunk that too, because I'm just going to give you a few of this stuff until I begin to kind of present things. If they have to deny or they begin to kind of double down, okay? So here it is. It's a free, like an offer that somebody who has suffered so much, right? Lost so much, lost his mom when he was in prison. Lost his blood brother, his friend. His property was, burned, and all that stuff. And at the end of it all, majority of those he felt he was doing that for, were still sort of mocking him. Maybe not majority, minority of them were mocking him. Who are now those who want to be like, so you want them to come and burn Yoruba land? Is that why? Igboho is a Yoruba, this and that. So why did I say they didn't have any organization within this stuff, right? The insecurity problem, okay, which ordinarily was the top notch at the time, received no single penny, despite all the millions that we actually raised for the cause. Organized rally, organized this or that, right? But I mean, those who actually volunteer, okay, to confront these terrorists across Yoruba land. This is also an evidence that I will kind of present at some point, okay? So where a single penny was not actually really given to them from that millions. Now that is not just about the money there, okay? It is simply about the fact that, did they actually care about Yoruba land? Or they were just riding on something that they believe will get them the attention of a Koolu? Because you know something, even the ones that we gave 5 million naira to on this platform, you remember those guys they arrested from, they kidnapped from Igboho's house? This platform gave them 5 million naira. We raised funds that we wanted to get them lawyers. Like, let's fight it. We know somehow it's a lawless place. So we got a lawyer, gave the lawyer 2 million naira. You see, the 2 million naira has even lost the value right now. But yeah, we still have the 2 million naira with that same lawyer, Ogulano. So they let us go ahead and push and fight this thing. No, they want to collect money. They said if we pay them, they will stop harassing us and the rest of that. So they make us part with 5 million naira. And that's just a tip. That's why I said, at the end of the day, they ended up at thiefnubu's inauguration, wearing thiefnubu Jagaban swearing in, people that we gave. So when you get involved in any ideology, it is ideal that you should know what is at stake. You should know, or you should be willing to sacrifice whatever comes along with that ideology. You don't dilly-dally. You're going to lose. You're going to gain. The most important gain you have is that the end goal of your ideology, this time around, Yoruba Nation, there's an idea behind that. But these guys, they ended up being foot soldiers, ass lickers for thiefnubu. Now, Yoruba Nation can wait until 2031. Even if the people are dying, as they can see right now, it doesn't really matter. So the question then is, if I sit here as Maiyegun every day, trying to make us see reasons why we are where we are, and the role we are playing, either consciously or subconsciously, and how much this is so dangerous to wrongly be misleading the people, giving them the impression that they can have it better if they are bonded together. They have one common enemy, a system that is rigged against all of us. And I am giving you that every day. And I'm leaving you with the decision whether you want to do that or you don't want to do that. Somebody said, I sit down here and I just talk. So what have I done? What have I done to help the Yorubas? Igboho is a hero. Igboho is whose hero? The hero you make him? The one we polished? Is it the hero that is to praise the same oppressors? Or it is just about the tribe or ethnic of the oppressor? Abi, I know that Nigerians, okay, they don't hate their oppressors. They don't hate oppression. They do not hate corruption. They just don't like it if they are not the ones benefiting from the corruption or the ones doing the oppression. That is when they will scream. Because what we have now is that back then, it was so easily sellable. You could sell it, Yoruba Nation, because the person that they believe was dealing with them was a Fulani man. A Fulani man is dealing with us. Now, a Yoruba man is there. The farms are still being ransacked. People are still being kidnapped. People are still being killed. People are still hungry, even more. But right now, Yoruba Nation can wait. Yoruba Nation can endure. This time around, we love this oppressor. We love this oppression. We love this corruption. Some of them are even asking me, we know that you hate thiefnubu. So when Buhari was there, did you talk? What did you talk when Buhari was there? Did you talk? Did you come out and say they should protest? Somebody was asking me that. I say, I want finally, right? But that won't mean that we won't continue to remind you. Oh, alori Maiyegun's diary political. Ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú tẹ́ defend Buhari fún dín ọdún mẹ́jọ torí wọ́n sọ fún yín pé wọ́n máa gbé ìjọba fún Yorùbá. Ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú tẹ́ defend Buhari fọ́dún mẹ́jọ tẹ́ deny pé àwọn Fúlàní ń pa wá, Fúlàní ń jí wa gbé, wọ́n ń gba ransom, wọ́n ń boko jẹ́, wọ́n ń pa àwọn èèyàn. Ẹ deny yẹn, ìlú le, ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn, kò síṣẹ́, kò sówó, kò sígbá, kò sáwo. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ defend wọn torí pé thiefnubu máa wá ṣe president lẹ́yìn lórí. Today you are asking me, did I talk? It is unfortunate also. What I meant there is that if I am here telling you that I was showing you what these guys are doing, the whole conspiracies and all of that, and then you turn around and be like, talk about the other one. This one, leave this one alone. Is that not why we are here? How could anybody open their mouth and defend APC in Yorubaland? How? How could you defend? I mean, how can you actually really defend this level of economic hardship that our people are facing? How? You can't describe it. Okay? So we have to be to the people to what? To describe it themselves. I actually was praying silently. Hey, this guy, as thiefnubu, it's just that you can't take anything from the devil and not expect to pay back. As thiefnubu is pushing this, your freedom, I know he has the capacity to possibly return all your losses, but he can't return all the lives that are lost. Okay? So Ashe, all of you are just pushing Yoruba Nation, because a Yoruba man was not the president. How can you look at people in the eyes, look at us in our eyes and say, when we were raising funds and promoting the ideology that Yoruba deserves better, we deserve better. So it was all because that person was Fulani. Now, you do not even have the liver. Now that you even have the power, you do not have the liver to confront the same Fulani now. The ones you were licking their asses, pretending. You could not even look at them now that you have the, what are you afraid of? And tell them enough. They are still trying to turn you. You are using Yoruba, you that are shouting Yoruba Nation. All of you that are appearing on Yoruba Nation, Biafra. You know that they had different conferences on Zoom. Yoruba Biafra, Yoruba this or that, Simon Nekpa, Akintoye, and the rest of them. So how do you think the Biafrans will see this now? Or how do you think they're actually seeing it? It was the same offer. We all need to support thiefnubu. Baba will let you go. Okay? So you go talk to Talon. Akintoye and Co. They continued to beg and beg behind the scene. They continued to beg and beg thiefnubu to beg Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu. But they would deny that they didn't know that, to release Oloye Sunday Igboho rather, right? They would pretend that they didn't know that the attempt on Igboho's life, how Igboho ended up in prison in Benin Republic, how is supposed the father bail put him in one undescribable living condition in Benin Republic. So they would deny that they didn't know that thiefnubu was responsible for all of that. So they were asking him to beg Buhari, but they couldn't get in touch with thiefnubu. But the moment thiefnubu was declared winner by Yakubu, then the door was opened. We all need to work together. We all need to come together. This is a southern presidency. This is a southern government. If you promise that you're going to work, if these guys begin their madness, you are all going to be there to support Ashiwaju, then you can go. Forget about this Yoruba nation, this or that. And he agreed. He agreed. So I'm saying that to you all now. He agreed. And I think that time came too early. Because to people like him, the plan was that they were going to need him in 2027. But now they're going to need people like him to help mobilize the guys, the boys, who are going to be those who are going to target you in your states. That's going to be it now. Maybe he's possibly feeling like, oh, you shouldn't have released that statement because it has triggered reactions now. So he has to come out and say, no. But he's been pleading and telling people wherever he goes. Even though Ashiwaju is Buhari ti ba Nigeria je, Buhari ti balu ije kinikon, so alati gbarukuta Ashiwaju. He's been saying that to people. So now that you want to stage a national protest, which they are now pushing as a violent protest, a planned violent takeover. So he has to be activated. It's not just him. There are many like him. You people in Edo, I don't know how you're going to undo Kabaka. Very soon, Kabaka will issue his own threat if he hasn't already. The activation is to create a violence. This violence is what will actually lead to anarchy. This is from thiefnubu and his camp. Right? So I was praying that God, this guy just hopefully is going to be a little bit more, intelligent about it. Boy, if people are putting microphone into your mouth, just tell them you don't have much to say. And if you have to say anything, just be brief. Don't ever say anything that is going to be misconstrued as you indirectly defending thiefnubu, because right now only selfish people will pretend that there is no tension in Nigeria, and this tension is not caused by any other person than thiefnubu and APC. You cannot politicize that. For going out there to say Yoruba Nation, who gave you that mandate? Who gives you that? Like, who the hell are you? I don't pass it. Because in a lawless place now, right, it could possibly mobilize their guns and all of that stuff. Because that's the force. That is the force. So you are going to indirectly, like others have done openly. Akintoye and Co, they've all openly created this tribal rhetorics. Yeah, they've created them. The Igbos this, the Igbos that. For 3 years ago, all of them, they appear on the same Zoom towards Biafra liberation, Yoruba Nation liberation. And right now, 90% of you have ended up as thiefnubu's ass lickers. Aged men and women were committed into giving them money. I mean, people actually really gave so much money with the assurances that Yoruba Nation was going to be declared by December 2022. Well, you know the rest of the story. So we were praying that they were just going to, just stay quiet that way and not give this. We are already dealing with the Abobakus, the Ronukus, who have tried endlessly to make us accept that thiefnubu is Yoruba, Yoruba is thiefnubu. Anybody that says anything about thiefnubu, if you are a Yoruba person, you are Omoale. If you are not a Yoruba person, you are enemies of the Yoruba people. So Yoruba people must know that anyone who says anything about thiefnubu is our enemy. We are already dealing with the Ronukus who are spreading this nonsense. And people are suffering. And anyone who believes in Yoruba Nation at this point should be standing with the people. This platform that you think you could use your dirty, stinking mouth to spew that your buy has saved lives. This platform. You see that PayPal, you see all those links, right? Where people donate funds, right? They are not donating funds to Maiyegun. They are saving and changing lives. This platform conveniently fed over 10,000 Yorubas at a point. Don't forget, this platform conveniently provided education material for over 15,000 school children. This platform provided support for the medically challenged, the physically challenged people by providing mobility for more than 10 of them. This platform. Do you understand? See, this platform saved the life of a man whose 2 legs were not amputated, but they fell off themselves. Saved his life. Paid over $1 million naira to save the life of someone. This platform took care of a family of an illegally, unjustly detained soldier by Nigeria. This platform fed not just the leaders of those who are now leading you to thiefnubu at the end of the day, that are now making you pro-Nigeria, one Nigeria. This platform saved the lives of some of them from the hands of their oppressors, with millions of naira raised by the Templars of this platform. So I'm not your mate. I am talking to those who should understand the seriousness of how some people actually takes the liberation of the Yorubas out of that contraption, because we deserve better. We do. But they don't think we do today. So they make up different stories just to whip up sentiment of a tribal hatred. Why they leave our people in anguish. Have you forgotten all this?
Any card you buy, you for it, and one day free at Jawao. And that are the 30,000, or the 70,000, quote 15,000, or the 40,000, Shanu, a big power money. The daddy, the general, at the one day, and they don't have to money school. The Roman school, by the Joe, the Wasodam, the Jew, and Shanu, a money, what around Niwao, around the Shanu, ever for a Niwao. Ever so gbogbo edero kote yi ko da fún wa o ote yi ó ní gbogbo odu lára ni ote yi ó ní gbogbo odu lára má ní wa lára ẹ má fara ni wa ẹ ṣàánú ilé la wa ade jáde ade jẹun àrówó tajà àrówó jẹun gbogbo te ṣe fún wa ó ní gbogbo odu lára ẹlẹ́jọ́ Ìgbòho sọ ẹ ṣàánú wa o Tinubu ẹ ṣàánú wa o ìjọba Èkó ina ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ṣàánú wa àti dìbò fún yín kò yẹ kó ẹ wá ṣe báyìí fún wa Sanwó-Olú ẹ ṣàánú wa àti dìbò fún yín gbogbo tẹ sọkọdẹ padà wá ń ṣe yìí ẹni wá lára ni ẹni ẹ máa dùn aráàlú ẹ dùn wá nú ẹja ta fi ṣe gbàjọ ta fi rán wọn léwe ẹ jẹ́ ká rán wọn léwe mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká rán jẹjẹ ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ṣíjú àánú wa ẹ má ní wá lára ara ní aráàlú gbogbo tó lè jẹ ara ni wọn àwọn tàtà náà ara ni wọn ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ ṣàánú wa Sanwó-Olú àpẹ Tinubu ẹ ṣàánú wa o a ti dìbò fún ẹ wá wọlé tán ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ wá nà ọmọ Yorùbá ara yín lára ẹ ṣe jẹ́ kí Ìgbò wọlé tí Ìgbò bá wọlé kò ní rí báyìí ṣebí ẹ dẹ̀ bá ṣe kí lè ṣe kankan ẹ ní kankan ṣe fún ẹni wá lára ni èmi lọ́kàn ṣé ó ti kàn yín sí tẹjọ́ mi Èkó ẹ ṣe dáadáa fún ẹni wá lára ni ẹ ṣe dáadáa fún ara ni wá àrùn jẹjẹ tábàtàjà kan pọ́jọ́ gbèsè ti pọ̀ ju o gbèsè pọ̀ ju ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ṣàánú aráàlú o ebi ń pa ẹ ṣàánú wa o tábàtàjà kan pọ́jọ́ owó ẹ ṣàánú wa o láṣẹ kẹ́ bàbá yín kẹ́ ṣàánú ẹ mú tiwa rò ẹ̀sùn kẹ́ mú tiwa rò ẹ̀sùn kẹ́ mú tiwa ẹlẹ́jọ́ Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ mú tiwa rò ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ ṣàánú wa fún gbogbo àgbáyé ẹ ṣàánú wa.
For all this stress and pains I'm going through, at the end of the day, I'm still seeing my people buy fuel at the rate of 520 naira. And the deal settled, the subsidy was paid till end of July. We are seeing in June, my people now buying the fuel. And you as a new president in the office, you are not saying anything. Are you conniving with these people to frustrate masses? Sir, we all drive away from Peter Obi just because we realize that he's a pretender. So if we are not driving away from Peter Obi just because he's a pretender, and the road we were facing now, we were discovered that same person that we believe that is going to for masses is the same people is a pretender to us. Sir, Bola Tinubu, don't dare us in this country, don't dare us. Some people are not eating. Some people they cannot walk freely just because they are campaigning for you. They use their life to campaign for you. Sir, you can send us to prison, you can do anything, you can arrest us, but we will never let you rest. If you continue selling food at the rate of 520 naira and you are not saying anything, we use our life to campaign for you. We do have free movement just because we are campaigning for you. Now you are frustrating us. We need to talk at this point. If you don't have a final say on the marketers to tell them they should stop selling food at the rate of 520 naira after 3 weeks in the office. Sir, I am highly disappointed in you. I am highly disappointed in you because I thought after the meeting, you are going to instruct them to sell the fuel at 185 naira till ending of July before you decide on what to do. But as I'm talking to you now, we were saying you played the same role of Buhari, because we all know that when they dictate for Buhari, they tell Buhari what to do. Now same thing is happening to you, Bola Tinubu. Let me tell you, we are ready to die with your neck. We will drag with you because we use our life to campaign for you, and we will never.
Nigerians, please, let's make this country comfortable for ourselves. A liter of petrol is 900 naira in my area here. NNPC says logistics. Please, NNPC, please now.
Àti December àti ẹfún àti January àárín nǹkankan Ọlọ́run àárín nǹkankan ṣèrò àtúbọ̀ tán. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ wọn tí ìpínlẹ̀ wọn ò tòrò púpọ̀ ní wọn náà lọ wá sẹ́nétọ̀ púpọ̀ ní wọn náà lọ wá mínísítà. Ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè wo gan-an wá ló fi yàtọ̀ sáwọn àwọn tó ti ṣèjọba tẹ́lẹ̀. Nígbà tí ẹ sì fi dé bẹ́ẹ̀ alálàánú mẹ̀kúnnù dé ìyàwó dópin gbogbo tá a fẹ́ láàárí ẹjọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ yẹn.
I right. Those are our people. So the hardship is real. Anybody saying they are fighting for Yoruba Nation should be fighting for those people, not for the politician. People are going through a lot. You want them to keep going. Even you that want them to keep going, they have to pay you to do that. What the heck? They continue to lie about violence, this, violence, that. Have you actually managed to ask these following questions, okay? Who were those looting shops after they killed protesters in Lagos and the protest ended? So who were those looting shops? Were they Igbos looting shops? No. Whose shops were mostly looted during that chaos that APC, Egbekegbe's hired thugs started? Whose businesses were looted? Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas, everyone's business, Abi. But do you know who suffered most? The Igbos. You have Yorubas looting the businesses, homes, or whatever, right? And then you have those who lost to these looters. And the only person you blamed is the Igbos, who by any means didn't call for any protest. I'll give you an example. You know, I do show you some flashback, right? The NSAS protest was around the time that you had COVID, remember? 2020. People were locked in their houses for a while. The economy was like down. People were like struggling. The whole world was contributing to Nigeria, donating. The criminals in Nigeria were sharing the money. They were stockpiling or warehousing the other food donated to Nigeria. And people were suffering. Billions, trillions, billions, and billions. People were just hearing them in the papers. Right? Then they killed protesters. Ended the protest. Anarchy loomed. Oba of Lagos was one of those people, elite, still the royal father of Lagos, was one of those who lives within the squalor of Lagos, Lagos Island, which means his palace, his beautiful palace, is built within the squalor. He is there, living the life of opulence in the midst of endemic poverty, deprivation. So, when the thugs hired by Sanwo-Iku to disrupt and attack protesters succeeded, and anarchy loomed, those who attacked the office or those who visited the Oba of Lagos, they were the people living within the area. They were Yorubas. I'm going to show you a video. There is a statement from Erelu. At the end of this video, she has something to say. Now, this is a flashback. Whenever they talk about violence, they are afraid of the people they have made poorer. They are afraid of their own people that they think they can buy or pay or threatened from doing everything they want. They do not own Lagos. And all the time when the chance presents itself, this is their worst fear. The most impoverished people, Yorubas, in Lagos, young people, unemployed, unemployable, no chance, yes. But they exist in that contraption. Rather, these are the ones they are afraid of. They will get out of hand, and something like this can happen. People broke into the palace of Oba. Baba, they found COVID-19 palliative inside the palace of Kabiyesi. People were struggling, dying, hungry. They locked them up there, including medications. You know, these are small prescriptions. They found boxes, you know. And when they were taking everything from the palace of Koolu in Lagos, they were taking them into their homes. But guess who were blamed for that? The Igbos. So if they are using you now to try to spread the hatred because they do not want to take responsibility for their failure, the people they think are Yorubas, since they are Yorubas are going to just, listen to them. The people they think will listen to them are angry. They are hungry and they cannot be controlled. Let's go back to Lagos, October 2020. Who are those who ransacked Koolu's palace? They were the children of Isaleko. They were the Lagosians. They were Yorubas.
Ogima, I see everything. You don't shop am. Above Lagos. Don't shop am everything. Everything. Nothing. You don't shop everything. What do you think about Lagos? Pour everything, everybody. You see, you don't enter me pool. Where. Everything we buy, we get swim inside swimming pool, yeah. Everybody they enjoy, no wala.
Oúnjẹ tó yẹ kó máa bá àwọn masses. Àdáyé léṣe yẹn léṣe o. Ẹ̀wọ̀n ọmọ mi rẹ̀. Gómẹ̀ ọgbọ́n pàṣẹ jáde.
Why did you do like this now? I don't even know that big below you. Let's run. I say, do that.
See money.
White ló wà kò lè dárìn. Kò lè dárìn. Wọ́n àwọn òbejì. Àgbẹ̀wò lè kéwù.
I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. I can't just believe it. I can't believe it.
This is Boditamo Street in Sulere, where there is massive robbery yesterday. All the whole offices, both Samsung, everything broken, carted away. The men of police just arriving. Everything carted away. This is Boritamos. Everything, everywhere. The whole shops, individual shops, destroyed. Everything destroyed. Everything destroyed. Everything destroyed. Everything. This is it. Everything destroy. Everything. This is Igboho shop. Everywhere vandalized. No pin, nothing. Everything. This is not the protest we are talking about. This is completely armed robbery. This is robbery. Everywhere. From beginning of Thomas down to ShopRite. The whole shops. All the valuables. Nothing is left. Everything. This is sheer wickedness. This is wickedness. This is wickedness. Everything is vandalized. Everything vandalized.
That revered seat of my ancestors. All of them are lying around there, and they went in there and desecrated it. If they have gone to the governor's house or even the state house, we wouldn't have felt it this way. And I think we should not allow the message to be lost on us. Yes, they have desecrated that place, but for them, able to walk into that place easily and brought us to our knees, I think the lesson should not be lost on us.
All right. Thank you very much
for
that.
The lesson should be that our children can deal with us anytime they like. So we better sit up and do what is right. And we should leave governance to the people who know the people, who know their needs, who know their the requirements. We have a lot of capable people, educated people. Our forefathers were the first to be educated in this country.
Yeah.
And we are capable of ruling ourselves. We don't need importation of leaders. And therefore, if we give that a chance, it will be a great example.
Thank you, Erelu. I don't know if you noticed that All of you on YouTube, have you noticed that the number just started dropping and dropping and dropping? I don't know. I don't know what they are doing to you. So if you are being cut off, you better check. Or if you're unable to kind of comment, let me know as well. Okay. Thank you so much. Now let's go further. They are making the same mistakes again, where they are intimidating, threatening people that they shouldn't. And they are leading a narrative of hatred, pointing fingers at those who are saying they don't want to be part of it, or they won't be part of it. Or so APC, Egbe continue to push that. Maybe they believe they can have people controlled or cowered, right? So they went to the Lagos Island market. They went to the Lagos Island today. And today, this one happened today, where they are threatening the traders, some APC thugs.
This is not to threat, you know.
That's why I'm begging.
You say if you get mine, make you come outside. Say you want to come. This is an threat now.
Those are the thiefnubu thugs. Yeah, in Lagos today. They were doing a warning. We are warning you now. Are you going to be happy? If we destroy all this, if they destroy all your shop, now demo. If we loot all your shop, we are telling you now, don't come out. Don't join them any protest. So if you want to protest, go to Anambra. We are telling people there, go to Anambra. These guys are so deluded enough that they will even treat their own fellow Yorubas as a foreigner. This is their state of fascism. They will accuse you of being fascist. But look at them. If you don't do what we say, we are going to kill you, or we're going to attack you. Then they turn around and say, look at them. They are fascists. Confessor Soyinka called you fascist, didn't he? Because you won't accept a druggie, a drug dealer. And you won't accept his money too. His money is everywhere. This one was in Enugu today, where they were paying people not to participate in protests. I told you, 6 billion naira budgeted. Giving people 1,500 that they shouldn't protest, they shouldn't join them, and the rest of that. So they will write your name down, promise them. So you may be going on the streets, and some people may stop you and give you 5 kg bag of rice. Take this bag of rice. Promise that you won't protest. No, I won't. Thank you. To collect the rice. Or anybody can approach you and say, take this 1,000 naira, take this 2,000 naira. Promise that you won't protest. I promise I won't protest. Thank you. It is like a campaign for election right now, all over Nigeria. Because thiefnubu believe that whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. And we are about to find out. Yes, we are. For those who came out yesterday, they got their own money. Yeah.
No, I agree with that. No. This one is personal. This one not be listen. It's personal. Don't do that. No need.
Say no to protests and collect 5,000 naira. So that one was going on there. But up north, where Fayose has managed to shoot, I don't know if we can say Nashakabula is shot right now, I've been a bazooka. But here is Fayose. Okay, in fact, let's start with this. thiefnubu's government has made some announcements right now. And according to them, all these things are part of the demands of those who are protesting. So their demand is that the price of petrol should come down. The price of food should come down. The price of electricity should go back to what it was. So these are the few ones they picked from your demands. And according to them, thiefnubu has sent out trucks of rice, of 50 kg bag of rice, okay? So they are going to sell them to you for half price. Do you have 40,000? So they will sell it to you for half price. It's their policy. They said they have also, this is a lie, but they have announced it. They said thiefnubu has announced that the import duties, this import tariff that you pay, that they should reduce it so that every food that comes to Nigeria, or everybody that is importing food, they'll get waivers and all of that. So they say food will soon be very cheap, that you should give them time, okay? Then, I think the third one was that thiefnubu, okay, you know what? Let him say it to you himself. This is their Minister of Misinformation.
Government is appealing once again to those who have the intention of embarking on this protest to please think about it once again. There is just no need for that. Of course, it is the democratic right of every Nigerian to engage in peaceful protest, and the government is not an opponent to that. But what government is doing is to ensure that while there is this right for you to protest, your right will also end where someone else's own begin. Therefore, while you are thinking of protesting, government is appealing to you first to shelve it, because there's a great likelihood that this protest may be hijacked and may turn violent by unscrupulous elements, and Nigeria will not be good for it. Of course, we know that people are saying that there is no intention for violence in this, but our history has shown that there is the possibility that this protest can be hijacked and could turn violent. Government is
nuisance, Lele.
Big time nuisance. They all keep repeating the same line, okay? That, listen, this could be hijacked. Then protect the protesters. The people that will hijack are those ones who are threatening people in the market, those who are threatening people online. And you know what? None of them has been arrested. But guess what? One singular guy that said, if the police kill us, we will go to police station, we will go to this, and we'll begin to burn down the police station. He hasn't been arrested. Oh, hang on. He was arrested, rather. Sorry, I'm mixing them up. There's something I remember, okay? So the likes of a guy like this who put this info out, just so you know, okay? I do not want to amplify it, but you need to have an idea of something. In an effort to intimidate and threaten people to cause anarchy, this guy that runs this page, the same person that posted that they were going to bring out Oro on the August 1st to August 15th. They are going to do 15 days Oro. And the same guy posted this 2 days ago or so. Lagosians and every Southwest stakeholders should prepare for the massive protest of Igboho must go on the 20th to 30th of August. They have 1 month from now to leave and relocate their businesses from all Southwest states. We urge all Yorubas living in the Southeast to return home. So what that means is that thiefnubu would have to also cease to be the president of Nigeria. But they don't think. You know why they put all these things out, right? It is to further, it is to further rile their base. You get that now? Rile their base and say, if they stage any protest, let us just go and burn the Igbo businesses. Adeyinka Grandiot went to jail because his own obsession as well with the Igbos, made him lose so much focus, so much track, that he became an ex-convict. He was calling on, he won't do it himself, just on social media. He was calling on the base, anyone who has a threat for the Igbos or that, go out there and burn their businesses, kill them. And then he went to jail for it. In case if he didn't tell you, that's why he went to jail, for calling that people should burn the Igbo businesses. Now, thiefnubu, this was, before thiefnubu become president. So now, the hatred don't reach like, you get what I mean, like raise to power 30 or power 1 million. Now they feel like they could possibly start something, and thiefnubu can use the instrument of government to protect them. You get that? Right. So the government, the criminals in the regime continue to threaten the people that is not threatening them. They threaten them with this. They strike, they push the agenda of let's kill them, let's attack them. They don't think straight because they don't have to think. Unfortunately, he is not faceless. Okay, he is not. People have found who was behind this hateful tweets. Now the guy be this. Look at the horrible thing that has been using what they call the Lagospedia to spread Igbo hate, Yoruba, Yoruba slander, to attract, to continue to push the hatred that thiefnubu represents. He is not faceless after all. They said his name is Bolaji Temu or something. Abitimu. Now they know him. So if the police are looking for those who want to cause anarchy, people have already done the job for them. That's one of them. But they went after this one that they made a video on TikTok and said, if they kill any of us, we are going to go to all the police station. I said, but do you have people your boy? He said, no, I'm just saying it like boys should. Watch this.
Guys, I think on Monday we should start by burning down all the useless filling stations in Jos North, Jos South, Jos East, Jos West. Then the following day, we should move to the bigger markets in Jos, market like Enkweli, Terminus, and the rest. We will get those ones to burn down to ashes. Then the third day, maybe if they kill one of our men, we should start going to each division, nearest division around our area. Then we should start burning down those useless police stations with soldiers, barrack, and STF. Then the fourth day, if still get response, then we should start visiting all these bakery home. All these places they used to bake our bread. I think we need to touch down those useless places again. If still the fourth day the thing no secure, no day as we like am, before we go come begin to think of okay, we'll go attack all those big men for that refill site. You get my point, ba? All those Atiku and the rest. This bad government, ba, we must end down. Monday, no going back. 6 sharp. Men are outside. Men must be active.
What's your name? Suleiman what?
Yaku.
Are you the one that made that post on TikTok? What do you write? What do you post on TikTok? What do you talk?
I post on Monday. We go come up for protest. We go bomb filling station. Bomb all this employment.
Then what about talk about police station and
I talk say if police kill our men, then we go bomb police station and soldier by.
Now then you and who now been they talk this thing way and say now we do. How many of you now want come up for the protest go bomb?
Now only me do.
Nah lie. You must get boys with you. We say, I don't know. Say, say after I watched the video, you thought say men must be active and men must fall out. So those men will go fall out now. I want to know.
No, I just do them because of.
You know what? Tell me now.
No, I do them because of fallout. Because of.
You go tell me all the people waiting at the plan to go burn station and all this thing.
My friend called me that. Do I know that this thing I post will implicate me?
So you don't implicate you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But he's still there now.
No, I can't say yes. Waiting you talk now too. Immediately, I go my TikTok account, deleted the video.
But it's already circulating now.
Yes, sir. That's why. But me, I didn't do it. With
you will tell us all the people will be saying that they plan to go burn. You will tell me. Don't worry.
Nuisance, Lele.
Person is supposed just take to a shrink or somebody to look into his mental state. And there are many Nigerians who are suffering from that too. And police should be able to actually tell that this is not normal. But they were able to track him. They tracked him, they got him. And a lot of us actually believe that it is also part of the APC propaganda. So that they can say something and say, oh, that person said he was going to burn police station. He's going to burn this and he's going to burn that. So the best is that if any of them says they want to burn this or that, they are the anarchists, Abi. So go and pick them up and stop them from doing that. Don't shoot and kill protesters, Abi. Here is a Fayose. Fayose was on channels with Sheung, where he was defending thiefnubu. It is one of the most ridiculous TV interview I have seen. Or maybe one of them, yes. It is not the most ridiculous, but one of them. So let's start with this one. Were you expecting thiefnubu to come and perform magic? That's this one.
That in the last 1 year, our nation is not on the right trajectory. The APC will defend the government of the day to say they are taking tough decisions. In fact, the president, Bola Tinubu, earlier this evening. Let's begin the conversation tonight. And you as a former governor, when you hear, it does look like a democratic drums of war in the sense that when the people are agitated, those who are the critical mass are saying they are hungry and they are going to march the street. In your own mind, what does this bring up? Is this the ineptitude of government, incapacity of the government, or what exactly do you think this could bring up?
Well, so thank you once again. And let me tell you again that I speak for myself. I speak for those who believe in my judgment and my opinion. And I stand there to say that before now, I have spoken for Nigerians. I have taken very hard positions that even cost me a lot in my life. But by God's grace, at over 60, we are statesmen. We will not look away and allow this country to go down. Already we're in critical situation, very critical. And let me give you an illustration. This illustration will help us very well. When an aircraft is to land, and at some point there's an emergency, there are certain levels that the aircraft wouldn't have gone for the aircraft to fly back, to climb back. Otherwise, the aircraft will crash. I pray Nigeria will not crash. With government and the protesters, let us exercise a lot of restraint. Nobody, well, I won't say nobody. At my time as governor of Ekiti, I was one of the vocal people that was able to put government in check. But there was no time I called out people to go and do the things that can bring the country down. One, we need to be very careful. We are in critical stage of our life. One, it is unfortunate that things are not easy the way they are now. The economy is not the way it should be. And the situation with the ordinary man too is not easy. But let us ask ourselves, is this all about the government? No. In many places, a lot of people will take one way. Is that the government? A lot of people will go and form their own kidnapping. Is that government? When there is rain, people will take the things that they've gathered for the bin. They go and pour it inside the water, inside the rain. Is that government? We are all guilty. We should go back to the drawing board and readdress ourselves as a nation. Hunger didn't start one day. This hunger started long time. That was why they had a rally at the time. They said Jonathan must go. Jonathan left. That hunger did not stop. Buhari came. I spoke to power. Spoke to power. Buhari spent 8 years. Nobody said one thing. I didn't remember any rally. I didn't remember during Buhari's regime. Buhari did all he had to do. When I left office, dollar was less than 300. And when you look at the ratio when Buhari was leaving, it has gone up. Nobody held Buhari to ransom until the day he left. Nobody. The simple reason is this. A gentleman and a man who does not talk. When you go out, look at what they went to do at Lekki. I want to appeal to all of us. Let us be very, very careful.
So, I mean,
you see,
nuisance, Lele.
Another warning. Another warning. Everyone is telling you how bad it's going to be. How this is going to be. And all that stuff. And Fayose is not left out. And mind you, there is more. Right? Here.
That in the last 1 year, our nation is not on the right trajectory. The APC will defend the government of the day to say they are taking tough decisions. In fact, the president, Bola Tinubu, earlier on, in some of the earlier speeches that he made, he had warned that he's going to take some very tough decisions. These policies will be sometimes painful, like the pains of childbirth. A lot of people will remember those statements. But there are those who say, look, this pain is getting too much. You look at the price of commodities. They are really high. These are the things that pertain to the average person. The price of gari, the price of agbado, the price of momo, the price of tomato in the market. These are the things that pertain to the average and the poor of our nation. And you are saying they should be calm. How calm could they be? How else could they express themselves when they say they are going to the streets to demand good governance in their country, Governor Fayose?
So I'm not saying people should not go and protest. Protest is legitimate. But just before I go to this issue of protest, there is no man. I said again, I speak for myself. I'm not a member of their party. I will never be a member of APC. If I don't do politics again, I will stay in my house. Which man can turn this country around in 1 year? Let us leave APC, PDP. Which man?
But are they doing the right thing? I agree that they may not be able to turn it around in 1 year. Yes, magic is not, governance is not magic. But the question is that if they're on the right track, wouldn't everyone know, Governor Fayose?
May I say to you, I am not going to be here to watch play for anybody. The moment your finances are so bad, it is difficult to pick them from the dustbin. Today, it is not easy to return Nigeria to the original or turn around the situation so easily. And I mean what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if we protest. It's good to protest. When you protest, you come back to find the situation the same. That was what I was going to talk about. A Jonathan is not good. A Buhari is not good. And Asiwaju is not good. Then there is a fundamental problem we all have to address. This is beyond an Asiwaju or Tinubu to come and do miracle. Then Jonathan was said to be the worst leader Nigeria ever had. A Buhari was then the worst of the worst. Then an Asiwaju is the worst. I mean, then we have to invite God from heaven to come and turn around things. I have been on the saddle for 8 years. When the labor leaders in Ekiti, when they were asking me, when it was impossible, they went on strike. I explained. When I couldn't explain, I joined them in the strike. I had to join them. Every allocation that comes, I give it to them, go and appropriate. People can go to the street, but don't let those that will hijack this protest turn it to where people will now imagine you want to take government from Asiwaju. The perception now is there that is a coup.
Really? Is that what is going on?
That is the perception everywhere. That now they are giving an impression that they want to use this coup for military to come in. If you are not hearing things, we're on the ground. We are ears to the ground. And there's no government that will allow them to come and torpedo his own government. It is good that Asiwaju himself had admitted that protest is good. But the people protesting should remember the consequences if the way they are politicizing it. In Kenya is a small country. There is no Muslim, Christian dichotomy there. There is no North-South dichotomy. If people are copying Kenya, they must be careful. Then a lot of people having business, should we call it watch out, before they start looting. It happened in South Africa before. The consequences of a celebrated issues like this may end up in people beginning to imagine that there's a coup, or they want to play a coup. And there's no leader that will allow himself, his leadership to be taken by force.
I mean, if there are coup mongers in our country today, one will think that that's an archaic, that's a very bizarre...
You cannot tell the wicked man how he's going to go about it.
We are too civilized in this country of today, the modern Nigeria, for any military man to think that the right thing to do is to torpedo a government after 20-something years of us returning to this Fourth Republic. I mean, what would make any right-thinking military man think that he will want to take over power? Does that make sense?
The military has not said they want to take over power, and we have not seen signs. But when people begin to take steps, begin to do things that is suggestive of a system that wants to take power from a legitimate government, Nigeria cannot go back home. I feel sad that things are not easy for us, but this is not an option. Rally, protest, fantastic. But you know people, the moment they get on the street, it will be a different story. No government will fold his arms and allow looting. No government will allow itself for people to take over the whole system of their...
Nuisance, Lele.
Olórí burúkú ni Fayose. Olè. Faoleshe. Because you know something? All of that is said, they were the things they've created in their head. I have told you this many times, and I'll say it again and again and again. The reason why they are creating all these scenarios is that they know that the moment you hit their streets, they are exposed. They have no plan of fixing anything. Do you understand? Their economic policy is about borrowing money and sharing money. Borrowing money and sharing food. That is their economic policy. So if they tell you they are doing reform, this, no. Don't believe that nonsense, man. Come on. But they know the moment you hit the streets, they would have to give you more than just words. So that's why they continue to say, if you hit the streets and we decided not to do what you want, people begin to riot, they are creating all those scenarios. And you know the saddest thing is that these guys are creating scenarios that is yet to happen. Now that they are creating the scenario, they don't have the capacity to create the scenario on how to control that. So it is just 2 days to Abobaku Umidada. I know that except for the fact that you are praying, say, make this thing hold. You have no power to stop it. Do you know that? You do not have that power. It has already started, in case if you don't know. Those who are making mouth, they are beginning to beg. Who invited military? Internal security is the responsibility of who? The police. But thiefnubu invited military. Now, thiefnubu has exposed Nigeria because he believes that asking for good government is asking him to, asking for good government is an attempt to overthrow him. Do you even understand how effed up that is? That your government or your president is scared because you're asking for good governance. He's so scared that he believes that asking for good governance means you want to remove him. And right now, he has nothing to give to you. He has withdrawn all these soldiers from the war front to those ones where they play defensive game with the Boko Haram and all these terrorists. Now they have brought them back into town. Who brought them back? Why not your policemen? So you brought the military back. Those who have suffered in the Sambisa, not paid, or poorly paid. Those who have lost their loved ones, their friends as well. To the cold hand of the Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists. You didn't pay them. Now, suddenly, you have not given them boots. You've not given them uniform. Since 2019, Nigerian soldiers have none of this. They have to buy all of that themselves. Now, those ones that are facing the shooting and all this barrage of shooting from the terrorists, you have withdrawn them and brought them into Abuja. Now they will see all of you and your cars. They will see all the opulence. They will see that, oh, these are the people we are protecting, Abi. So if you now mistakenly, your untrained police or policemen shoot and kill a protester, so are you not the one who has invited the military to come and take over? Fayose, Nikure. But he said more to the northern Nigerians. Una be the problem. He said the northerners were born, they were giving birth to too much kids. Along. Now the north, they are more crazier as we speak.
What would you say? It's a difficult time in the country today. And there are a lot of people, perhaps, who don't even have hope of what to eat tonight. As your final word on the program, what would you say is a way forward? What do you think the government should do to alleviate the suffering of the many, many millions of Nigerians who tonight are looking for hope?
Let me say this. Maybe this will now be a better way to represent my mind. I went to one state in the north, and I don't want to mention the name of that state. I was there for 3 days. In the course of my stay, I got familiar with people in that part of the government house that I stayed. So I sat outside and we started speaking to one or two people. And the gate man told me, he said, how long have you been in government work? He said, he has spent 26 years. So I said, good. What is your salary? He said, Mikida, kudi small. I said, how much? He said, it's 34,000. I said, how many children do you have? He said, he has 16. How many wives? He says, 4. My brother, problem is inside, for God's sake. If somebody is earning 35,000, what can government do with 17 children? We don't want to be realistic. Another person said he has 8 children, 3 wives, and one of his wives is still expecting. They don't have to be done with our people too. Because when you have children, you go into government. A government that is struggling to survive. It's difficult. When you are asking me, what will I say to them? What will I say to a man who has 17 wives?
All right,
17 children for our 4 wives? Yeah. Yes.
We must sincerely thank you for your time tonight. I appreciate it. That's the former government.
What do you want me to say? Let me give you this illustration. In northern Nigeria, they have too many children, but they don't have money. Do you know something? We have accepted a very, very terrible sort of a narrative, especially those of us from outside the north. We did not actually pay attention to the systemic decline in people's fortune, which possibly led to some of them having more and more children. In northern Nigeria, they are farmers too. And over in the last 20 years, there has been a massive decline in the fortune of the northerners themselves due to the terrorism in northern Nigeria, where majority have resorted into begging too. Now, I'm saying this because if you look at the numbers of displaced people in northern Nigeria today, including farmers, you will see among them those who have families, who have children, who had their farms, who had everything going for them until the terrorists struck, and the number has sort of added them now and their children to the basket of the poor people. They were not rich, they were not poor. Now the system is not helping them, but blaming them. So we've accepted that. They born too much. I agree. And the North believed that it shouldn't be coming from the mouth of a Fayose. Here is one of the stuff he said too before he left, okay? Listen to this one.
As a benefit of someone who has been in government for 8 years, perhaps we know if there are signals of performance of a government. Can you tell Nigerians if, in your own sense, you can feel, you can see any sign of performance or delivery of this government based on its promises to the Nigerian people? Can you see, can you feel, what can you, leave the fact that your friend is the FCT minister, and I know you will speak good about what he's done in the FCT. But what else do you think that this government has done for the interest of the Nigerian people that can be a solace for them to have hope?
There's no government that will have 100%. There is a build-up before you say, I am hungry. And there's a build-up before you say, I am in hunger. These are issues from the past till today. Boko Haram did not start today. Herdsmen did not start today. People not going to the farm did not start today. There must be a line between reality and fake. If we want to be reasonable, fine. You see, APC may not have done well. PDP may not have done well. But has we Nigerians done well? That's a question. Everybody is culpable. In the instance case, over 90% of Nigerians are play one prank or the other. So coming to blame overnight a government, you will see that if this protest is left open-ended, the consequences will be too far-reaching for any government to curtail. Because looting, a lot of boys on the street wants to loot. That's the agenda. I had somebody who said, who was working with me in my yard, saying, some people said it is time that we are going to break stores in Surulere, in so many places. When they break stores, loses. Except they want to guarantee that these things, they will be careful.
But do you think if you are conversing that there must be caution on the side of the Nigerian people about going to the street to protest against the government of the day? What would you rather have them done to make their grievances known to the government, whom they are thinking that they are far less than what they think that they should have done for them?
So let me clearly say this. This protest is good for government to be called to order in whichever way. But if they tell us we are going to stay at Fajuyi Park in Ado-Ekiti and make our grievances known, perfect. But when you take to the streets, when you begin to rob, when you get uncontrollable, there's no government that will keep quiet. I'm very serious. You see, governors don't have power to call police, to call military, you still come back and blame that government to say you looked away. This happened.
But does this government, Governor Fayose, look like a government that is listening? Is this government listening to the people? Is the government listening to the people?
You are a journalist. You are a journalist. I am speaking as a Nigerian and as a politician. I have nowhere to run. I am telling you, the protesters can protest. They must have a face. You can be threatening government and say, we are protesting. We don't have faith. We don't know you. I said, come. If it's truly, you believe it's your right, come. Say, we are protesting. If you go to Jota at Kanifawemi Park. Stay there and protest. But if you let loose,
nuisance lele.
Because they are scared. They are scared. So they want to control you, or so they want to keep you oppressed, keep the leech on. And if you tell them that no, we are going to do it our way. No. What if you change your mind and you decided to come to our homes? I don't have anywhere to run to again. And stuff like that. So they keep making things up. You know what I mean? Keep making things up. And they are now planning on based on what they are making up. So they go everywhere. And right now, I know, see, this won't be the first time. Let me tell you something. If you see anybody here in the comments that is here to defend Igboho or defend Akintoye and the rest of them like that, don't get upset with them that much. Okay, I can handle them. And you, if you are watching me, right? See, you are so free to type anything you want to, okay? But there's something you will know, okay? You are going to come back later, or you will never even have to come back later. Because some of you will become so ashamed, okay, to come and face me and say, Maiyegun, I'm so sorry. What you said the other day, you were right, okay? So you don't need to be unruly. But one thing is this, you can't defend these guys before me. And I'm not in any competition with anybody. You involved. You get that now? So I played a role. I played a role because I am one of those who actually, do you know I'm one of those who actually validated these guys? There are so many of you here that became convinced that the Yoruba Nation and the campaign advocacy around it, right, is really, really worth it. It's worth your time. And many of you have actually went over and above, right, to give them all of your support. So we validated them, okay? But one thing is that it is such a shame, okay, for anybody who knows what I've just shared with you and then be easily deceived. To be parroting is for Yoruba, is for Yoruba. Do you know how insulting that is? For you to possibly look at somebody like me and say, thiefnubu, or defending thiefnubu is for the sake of Yoruba. Do you know how insulting that is? And I don't actually really like that. I don't like to be insulted that way. And you get that now. So it's not a competition. Okay? It is not a competition. So we know what they all signed up for. And then as they begin to unravel, right? A lot of you are going to possibly come back. Or except if you are actually like, you are one of them for real, right? Who believe that you are going to have a Yoruba nation by defending thiefnubu. Because we know some of you are still hiding behind here. It is a mismatch. Unfortunately, it is a mismatch. And if anybody who says they love Yoruba land and the Yoruba people for real, then turn around and say thiefnubu is for the Yoruba people, and therefore fighting for thiefnubu is fighting for Yoruba. If you are so closer to me, mule deke. But for now, right, I have told you what you need to know. What you have to know. What you make of that is completely yours. But like I said, I just hope none of them would probably be tempted to call me a liar. That's where the shit will hit the fan. That's when I will begin to roll out what you need to see. Now I'm telling you what you need to know. And if you want to be with thiefnubu, it's okay, right? It is okay. But do not drag the Yorubas into that your adventure. Do not think you can suddenly metamorphose into one Nigerianist. I know some people don't have shame, but what can we do? You get what I mean now? So what can we do? But there are some shame that are not defendable. You can't defend that. So if you have to choose side between the side of the people or the side of the politicians, your governors and the rest of them, which one would you choose? Some of you will easily choose them because, yeah, that could be, a little bit profitable. But what we are saying is that there are millions of people that actually want Yoruba Nation to come. And they do not want the criminal politicians to be the one to tell us when. So if people are suffering in Nigeria, they have the right to know why. Now that they know why, you can't tell them to keep it to themselves. You can't suddenly think that the same sort of, hardship and the same sort of killing, suffering and all that you suffered under Buhari is now something you can endure. That is double standard. That means you've never really been for the people, ever. All of which, all of them just wanted this savior personality. I want to come and save my people. Get the hell out of here. The people are those ones who are now kind of hungry, but you want them to keep short because they are Yorubas. Now you are pro-Nigeria. Should you take anything? Like, you come here now, right? Because if you are defending Igboho and the rest of all these babas, right? What you are practically saying is that you are supporting one Nigeria. So you can't say you are for Yoruba Nation and at the same time, you are also pro-Nigeria. Who are you deceiving? You are making videos against other people, other tribes for thiefnubu. What do you think you are doing? What do you think you are doing? thiefnubu is a Yoruba man now, right? And maybe they told you it will probably protect you. Is he protecting you now? So the point is here is that you cannot say you want Yoruba Nation and defend thiefnubu. It is a mismatch. You are a fraud. You are a fluke. Anybody that tells you that they support Yoruba Nation, right? And then they also support thiefnubu because it's a Yoruba man, because people they are fraud. Pretty much fraud. Own it. We have people about Bakus, we have Agbadorians publicly. It's all right, but do not insult the intelligence of millions of Yorubas. And I speak for a lot of them. You know that? I do. You will hear them soon. People will begin to call in now to express themselves. So we would have possibly appreciate him, Igboho, and all of them to at least keep quiet. The reason is this. If you can't publicly stand for your people, the Yorubas that are going through hell under thiefnubu, instead of telling them that they shouldn't bring thiefnubu's government down, is thiefnubu's government benefiting them right now? Like, do you really care for them? Or you care about thiefnubu and all the guys who are helping him to loot Nigeria? In case if you get your sabi. So it doesn't make any sense. Like, some people don't get shame, or some of you get, some of them don't get sense at all, right? But at least once in a while, listen to yourself. You are on this same social media championing that Yorubas must leave Nigeria. And then immediately the Fulani man is not there. A Yoruba man is there. You are now preaching to the Yorubas and the people and saying, don't let anybody remove it's our turn, oh, it's our turn, oh. But the turn is not benefiting any of them economically. How can you not know that? How do you even go to bed at night and sleep and believing that your own bread has been, you have bread, you have butter. Some people don't even have anything at all. And you are telling them, because it's a Yoruba man, how can you be like that? They are not even asking to remove thiefnubu. They are asking that thiefnubu is a criminal, a drug dealer, okay? So therefore, it can't be a Yoruba leader, right? But another thing is that he has been nominated as your president. He appointed thieves. You can see all of that. Are those the best Yorubas can have? Are these the best Yorubas that thiefnubu appointed? Even if he's following the footpath of Buhari, nepotism. Are these people appointed by thiefnubu, in your own opinion, are those the best you have in Yoruba land that can actually make a difference? Tell yourselves the truth. That's what we are saying. Save us all this embarrassment. Save us all this embarrassment. There were people who once felt like, yes, this is Omoko Yoruba. This is going to... So, is Omoko Yoruba when Fulani was there? What is he now? Omoko Abi? Don't worry. I remember when some of you from your Yanyi Onidiri, when your mental Yanyi Onidiri was running mad. And some of you actually believe that grown-up people, elderly people, I'm not even talking about children, grown-up people who have wives, married women, then come they abuse me that I am not acknowledging their Yoruba nation declared by Yoruba. You are. No, Kilote declare, you know. Oh, it was a funny name, right? Republic of Yoruba or something like that. I can't remember. On social media. And then this guy came in Agbada and he said he's the president. Are le Yoruba. Some of them came here to abuse me because I said, de ye doju tiwa. De John Tori Olonke ye doju tiwa. Stop making mockery of this legitimate advocacy for goodness sake. They came here to abuse me. Dry. They call themselves dry. They came here to abuse me. And today, some of them are still here telling me that Yoruba nation has been declared. We are expecting our armor tank. Lunatics to take over asylum. So you are not new to me. And everybody reading their comments as well. They are always like that. And I've always been Maiyegun. You know me. I've always been Maiyegun. Call me what you want to call me. I will still tell you what you need to know. Okay? We just want them to keep quiet. Akintoye and the rest of them, okay? Whatever it is they are looking for or expecting from thiefnubu is managed to give them the free way to come in, right? Can they just please? But from what we heard, and if that happens, that's why I said that it will get to a stage where I will begin to release some stuffs, right? Including recorded phone calls. Here you get now. Recorded phone calls, exchange messages, and a few other things to kind of back what I'm actually going to share with you. All we want is for them to just stay away, okay? Do not join those who are going to be deceiving the Yorubas just because you want to keep us down with, at least even if you want to keep us down as part of Nigeria, we still deserve to have a better life. And people they have the right to ask him. All this intimidation, all this threat, all this threat of violence and the rest of them, they are just like an ill wind that will blow no one any good. If there are people who want to cause havoc, there are people who want to, destroy things, it is our collective responsibility to stop them without having to stop those who want to push for something that all of us will probably benefit from at the end of the day. Yeah? So we are still trapped in that contraption. However, as a Yoruba man, I would rather be looking forward to a day when I'm actually not going to be part of that contraption. Not somebody telling me that since a Yoruba man is there, let us suspend the whole agitation to 2031. So that means if anything happens to thiefnubu tomorrow, even before the 4 years, if anything happens to him, now he say, okay, Yoruba Nation agitation will be back. Yeah, Yoruba Nation now. Yoruba. But right now, no Yoruba Nation now. Do you even understand how insulting that is? How selfish it is as well. But you can go around and say, we are Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation, but it's a lie. It's just a small screen. Do you understand what that feels like? Do you? People died, remember? You can't just push that aside and say, because it's thiefnubu. There are some of us that will never found ourselves behind anything like thiefnubu, ever. There are people like us. And we want to encourage more and more like that to be able to stand up enough. You see, when we want to have a Yoruba nation, we cannot take our mindset to a new country and then think we are going to be different from where we are coming from, Nigeria. The mindset needs to change. People need to become selfless and stop being selfish. Yes, you're going to lose this, you're going to gain that. That is what it is. But if you really want to say, okay, yeah, I think I've lost enough, I don't want to lose anything again. Fears. Do not drag the entire people into it. thiefnubu couldn't convince Yorubas. How difficult is that for all of you to understand? The killings are still there. The farmers are still unable to go to their farms. And somebody is going to tell you that if you stand up against this, you are helping some people to remove thiefnubu. What if standing up will make him actually do what is right? Why not join them? Nobody is asking him to be removed. Nobody is asking that he should be attacked. The demands that they are making, none of them ask that he should go. So why are you creating all this impression? Why do you suddenly feel like defending thiefnubu and his failure is for the sake of Yoruba? How? So it is my job to deconstruct that. So you don't have to like me. Shotigbo, there are many of you that you are like that. You like me now, you will not like me again. Then you like me again, then you will not like me again. But problem is TTN. I'll wait for them to say something that's going to kind of make me feel like, you know what? If you see the headline, I say breaking news, and I read the headline, you're going to say it will happen that time, right? Because the reason is that there are some of these things, right, that we know. There are some of these things that we believe that, yeah, you know, if they ended up having to get to the public, it's not going to hurt this person. It's not going to hurt this person alone. It's going to hurt a lot of people associated with what they are associated with. And now, if he's no longer thinking that way, if he's believing that we do not need any pressure to demand to leave Nigeria now, and they don't want to break up Nigeria now that a Yoruba man is there, there are many of us who are Yorubas, okay, that we never stop pushing. And you don't have to believe us. When they finish using you, then dump you, we'll see how it's going to look like for you to come around and begin to shout Yoruba Nation. We'll look out for that. Here is something. These people are our people, Yorubas. They are waiting in the front of the house of the deputy governor of Lagos State for food. That is what they want. They want our people to be Almajiris. They want our people to see them as saviors. They want Yorubas to be grateful to them. And that's something we believe it is on Yoruba. And the ideal thing for anybody that claims to love Yoruba land is to stand with the people. They deserve better, don't they? Look at the guy then carry a gong give to go and tell people about the protest. Take a look at this.
àtàwọn ọmọ àlejò ọlọ́fẹ́ fún wa jàgídíjàgan níjọ́ Thursday lọ́dún máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ kápẹ́tà lápá àwọn òfẹ́ kẹ́nìbọ̀dì pé ọmọ ẹ̀ àtọmọbìnrin àtọmọkùnrin kẹ́nìbọ̀dì pé ọmọ ẹ̀ kó tọwọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ bá sọ o ọmọ tí ò bá ti gbọ́ tọwọ́ wọn bá ti tó ọ̀ ń gbé lọ ni o.
Look at that guy. That's from somewhere in Lagos as well. They said the king has sent out warning that he's hearing that some foreigners want to come and protest here on Thursday. But the king says, I should tell you to warn your children. Okay? Anybody that participates in that protest, you will be taken away. And that's the end of it. Oh, for thiefnubu. Look at the man that is doing ko. Here, this one self no need the palliative. Here, that guy no need palliative. The support, government support. Those are the people that they are telling that some people, their hunger, their frustration, their poverty, and all of that, right? They don't really matter. What matters is that if they participate in asking for a better life, they are going to be, they are helping foreigners to remove a Yoruba man as president. They are sharing money to our people like this.
No, I have video there. No. This one is personal. This cannot be this. It's personal. No video there. No need.
A tuber of yam is 10,000 naira or 15,000 naira. Big one. They are sharing 5,000 naira to them just to go out there and say no to protest. We are okay. Government is trying. Now, that's what they have sent all over Nigeria right now. A lot of money. A lot of money. It's like preparing for their usual election. Tomorrow is election. We are give everybody 5,000 naira to vote for no protest. And those of you who want to vote for protest, you go vote for protest with empty stomach. So choose wisely. Are you going to vote for no protest, collect 10,000? Or vote for protest and collect nothing? That is what they are spreading all over Nigeria, the anarchy they are talking about. I think these guys in the north, they themselves are not taking any chances. Zanga, 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 zanga. Dole ne.
Agents everywhere to
Zanga zanga, zanga zanga, kowa ya to zanga zanga. Ɗaya ga wata, amma ban da makami. Kada wanda ya to da makami, kowa ya to, an mu da kurkuta mu mai to. Ko da a taɓa ba kowa kaya, ba ruwanku da shagon kowa, ba ruwanku da dukiyar kowa, ban da makami, amma kowa ya to ba mu ebe mu ko hula ba. Zanga zanga, zanga zanga, zanga zanga lumana ɗaya ga wata. Go to August. Assalamu alaikum. I am a
Zanga zanga, zanga zanga. If they succeed in buying you out, the next 48 hours is very crucial. Every one of them is begging now, even though others are threatening. The Agberos are threatening people in Lagos. Which one is this? I'll show you that video. You see that video? It's a senator called Senator Yao. Let me go check his name because he has a name. I was going to say that, give me a circle. His name is Senator Shahabi or Sahabi Yao Kaura. Okay? He's a senator from Zamfara State. So in this face of hunger, Zanga Zanga, he went to his constituency yesterday and this happened to him. That is in a place.
Sabiya ya zo aura mun babbatunan shayya ba ai. Kula ba la kai. Inna lillahi jahili.
Some of them will stay in Abuja. Some of them will run out of Abuja. They won't go back to their constituency. And that is why they are all scared, because people may begin to come for them one by one, your reps, your senators, and the rest of them. And all of these are just fear that I think the fear that is real. And they have no way out of it than to use the violence they are planning to use. Okay? Well, I'll leave it at that. Let's take calls. So if you are one of those who have been having itchy fingers, write in the comments. The best way, listen, right? Don't be a keypad warrior. Okay? Grab your phone and call in and speak to me directly. All right? So while we sort of do that, okay, I'm going to take a short break. I will be back in a minute or two, okay, to take calls. Gary. So I have my first caller. I know there could be a lot of people trying to get through this afternoon. So let's manage the time. We only have just about 40 minutes. 40 minutes to go. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Hello,
good evening,
sir. How are you?
I'm good, sir. This is Adiola from Amsterdam.
Adeola, brother. It's been a while.
Yes.
This afternoon then, okay? Go for it.
Yeah, good. Yes, to be honest, I will start with this. I am not surprised at what Igboho did. You know, I remember vividly. Can you hear me, sir?
I am with you, loud and clear.
Yes, I remember vividly that Koiki was in a room with Igboho and they went live on Facebook that day. I think it was about 2 years ago during Buhari's regime. They were live, and Igboho said something. He said, "Afe Yoruba Nation." In his own words, he said, "Afe Yoruba Nation." Because of Tinubu, kó gbàgbé wa Nigeria, kó wá jẹ president Yoruba Nation. At that point, the moment he said that thing, this guy, his own Yoruba Nation is not genuine. Is because how can you say you want a Yoruba Nation, but you want Tinubu to come and be president in your Yoruba Nation? I know there's a lot of people, a lot of Yorubas out here that we don't share that ideology.
Absolutely, a lot of us. It was like a total clash that we actually had people who wanted thiefnubu in a Yoruba Nation agitation. It was a shock for me. I won't lie to you. I found out too late and I quickly pulled out.
When he said it, I realized that all this Yoruba Nation was agitating for is all fluke. I realized at that moment, this was about 2 years ago. So I'm not really surprised. And at that point, I withdrew my support from him. So everything that happened to him afterwards, I didn't really feel anything because I knew that it wasn't genuine. Because I don't see how somebody.
Did you not see that video where Baba Ketoye himself said he would prefer Igboho to come? He would prefer thiefnubu to come and be president of Yoruba Nation. He had granted that interview like about 4 or 5 years or so ago.
Can you imagine that?
So they've always had that connection. They've always had that, that kind of, he's always had that kind of control over them. There are so many people that they don't have any plan of meeting thiefnubu, but they just kind of just like his personality, that criminal personality that they call, political strategy, sort of. Yeah. So in the same way, these guys actually worshipped him.
Yes.
And they were keeping that to themselves enough to pretend. Yeah. To pretend that they actually care about Yoruba. It's so, man. See them in this room. There's this clip I want to share before we continue. Quickly. This is what he said. Part of what you said you probably watched 2 years ago.
Kí ló dé tá wá ń ṣe ẹrú nílùú tí wọ́n ti bí wa? Kí ló dé tí à ń ṣe ẹrú nílùú tí wọ́n ti bí wa? Tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé àwọn tí wọ́n ń pera wọn ní sẹ́nítọ̀, tí wọ́n ń pera wọn ní ọ̀nàrẹ́bù tó ń sọ lórí wa wọ̀nyí, wọ́n máa lọ nínú go-slow, wọ́n rí àwọn ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rin, ọmọ ọdún márùn-ún tí wọ́n ń ta gúgúrú, tí wọ́n ń ta pọ̀pọ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ tún máa ra jẹ lọ́wọ́ rí pé ẹnì ìparun wọn èso lórí gidi. So fún díẹ̀ yìí, a fẹ́ wọn mọ́. Ohun tá a fẹ́, ẹwòye ọmọ Yorùbá tí ń bẹ káàkiri. Àìmọye orílẹ̀-èdè ní Yorùbá pọ̀ jùlọ. Àìmọye orílẹ̀-èdè ní Yorùbá pọ̀ jùlọ. Kí ló wá dé àárọ̀ gbogbo àgbáyé, gbogbo àwọn United Nations, kíkiri yóò tó dá wàhálà lẹ̀ kó tó dogun kan pín wa. Tí wọ́n bá wá àwọn gbọ́ àfẹ́wọ̀n wa àárọ̀ wọn kan wá dá sí. Ó tó di pé yóò dogun tí wọ́n bá wá dá sí yóò kọjá tọ́rọ̀. Torí pé ibi tí ìkẹ́dọ́dọ́ sí àwọn òsì lábẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ́ bá sí ẹ̀rọ ọ̀dẹ̀fà wá láti sọ̀rọ̀ àti kúrò ní abẹ́ ká má lè sọ̀rọ̀ ká má lè sùn ká má lè gbé à ń súnúlé wa ọkàn wa balẹ̀ à ń rìn lọ lórí ìrìn ọkàn balẹ̀ kí ló dé sẹ́rù ni wá ní àṣàyẹ wà àwọn olórí làṣìyàn adẹ̀ láàṣẹ mọ́ tí ká wà ní Èkó ń bí àpápá gbogbo àwọn tí ń sọ lórí mẹ́ Fúlàní ni wọ́n àfẹ́ wọn mọ́ pọ́ọ̀tì wa tá a ní pọ́ọ̀tì méjèèjì Fúlàní ní kọ̀ntró wa ń bẹ̀ àfẹ́ wọn mọ́ gbogbo airport wa ń bẹ̀ yẹn Fúlàní ní sọ lórí bẹ̀ àfẹ́ wọn mọ́ sẹ̀mẹ̀bọ́dà àfẹ́ Fúlàní bẹ̀ mọ́ láti sísí lọ tí bàbá bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ tán àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kẹfẹ́ tá a ṣe mítì á lọ sí gbogbo bọ́dà wálẹ̀ tí ráìsì ó lè mọ wọlé oúnjẹ ó lè mọ wọlé gbogbo ó lè mọ wọlé ní lọ́rùn ẹlẹ́mùsẹ̀ náà ó ti tó gẹ́ gbogbo bọ́dà wa tí ìjọba Nàìjíríà láwọn tí à ń sọ fún ọ pé àṣìlábẹ́ ọmọ báyìí á lọ sí gbogbo ẹlẹ́ láti sí ìlọ fúnra wa gbogbo tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe fún wa àwọn akẹ́tì rẹ́dì fún yín.
Nuisance leleyi.
So I hope that kind of will get you more mad, eh? If you are here because of Igboho and you want to kind of come here and create a nuisance, okay? So when I tell you that it's a nuisance, maybe that will get you madder. But yeah, she gets insane. So I'm not talking to ass lickers or praise singers. And don't come to Maiyegun political and tell me that I'm misleading people. And you jati. Now, right now, if you now see any of them, right, kind of pushing that Igboho defense on this platform, get rid of them, okay? They are pretty much inconsequential. Maybe they went to go and call themselves. They can start, right now I've given them something to deal with, okay? In the next few days, they can have something to talk about, okay? So get rid of them from here. Are you still there, Adeola?
Yeah,
because what changed? Because right now we need to preach that people should calm down because thiefnubu is now there. Abi?
Abi now, you kept on shouting, you want to Yoruba Nation. Okay, now Yoruba as your question. Why can't you demand Yoruba Nation, or is it not in power to give you that thing that you're looking for 8 years? But I will leave that aside. But what I want to say is this to the APC miscreants, the supporters.
They are supporting him now. Can you even imagine that? Is that not even a red flag? People that wanted him dead few years ago. Now they are everywhere. Yes, Igboho has said Igboho will deal with anybody that tried to protest against thiefnubu. Look at the irony, Baba. See the irony.
Yeah. It's crazy. But my own message to them, to APC supporters, do stop dragging Yoruba into your shenanigans.
Please.
Let APC stand for APC. Once you want to do your violence, come out with your full chest and say, I support APC, I support Buhari.
Don't make it Yoruba this, Yoruba that. You are APC. You are Abobakus. Hold it with your chest. You do not speak or represent Yorubas. You do not even like Yorubas. You do not even like yourselves.
You don't, like, APC doesn't represent Yorubas. They don't stand for me.
It is an organized criminal group. Sure, you get it.
I'm a national leader. So I'm saying this unequivocally. They should, because if you see the message you are passing out there, you are threatening our parents to want children. The same strategy every year. And they know that stuff works with our parents, especially our mothers. God, you know, all those fear, threats every now and then. When will this end? So, you know, it's quite shameful, you know, if we can at least, you know, we need to speak out. The Yorubas who don't support this bullshit, we need to start speaking up to show that these guys don't actually speak for Yoruba people. Where were they when they were killing people in Ekiti? Where were these guys?
I know. Let me take another one because of our time, Adeola. So we'll kind of be managing it that way, okay? Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Nice one. So I have another caller there. And here, hello.
Hello, my good general, Baba.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I just let me make a little bit contribution.
Quickly, please.
Concerning the, yes, I'll do that quickly. Yeah, I'm just looking at the situation. I'm saying to myself, I don't know how this is going to go, but obviously some people have been saying, look, if you cannot hurt, don't downplay the issue. But I saw when we met in Glasgow, yeah, yeah. So the issue is, I'm thinking about it. You see, these people are people who are violent. So me, I don't understand this non-violent protest. Yeah, how can a thief dictate that? Oh, if you want to drive me, we are stealing your money, but if you want to protest or if you want to drive us away, come peacefully. Who does that? I mean, it doesn't make sense. People are stealing from us
at this point anymore.
Yeah, they're stealing our money. They're running the country. And what? So if you're going to demonstrate, you said it. That's what I meant. You said it all. But in Lagos, we know when a petty thief steals something, what do? They will say they put necklace on him, isn't it?
Yes, now.
Quick one. Is instant justice. So how can a thief now tell you how you're gonna, like, sort of, you know, how you should protest? You see, what I'm saying to our people is this: look, we are the one who are increasing the suffering of our people. And I always say to my friends, I say, look, it's the day the Igbos and the Yorubas that they come to common understanding that, look, we are one. Yeah? The way they put Nigeria together is north and south, not Igbo, Yoruba, and anything. We Southerners, our orientation is so different from the north. I'm sorry to say, yeah, we're Nigerian. But that does not mean that we cannot partnership with the north. But if we are to get if we are to reduce the suffering of our people,
yes,
it's going to be demarcation between the north and the south first. We have opportunity to chase our thieves away. You know, the north, they are configured. Yeah, we have the chance. This one we're doing, I'm not too sure. This one I say, no, Arewas is participating, is not participating. And Biafra is participating, Oduduwa is not participating. That's the issue they're creating. But the day we say, oh, there is no Oduduwa and there is no Biafra, we're southern Nigeria. Yeah? We come together, drive at it.
Okay.
Yes, because the north are, they're coming from homogeneous.
Sorry, Baba. You're adding something, right?
Yes, because if you look at the current situation now, the north is homogeneous. They are adopting Sharia law. So about 12 states in the north, they are homogeneous. But we in the south, we're not.
But they are not.
We're not. That's the problem we have.
No,
yeah,
they are not. They give you an impression of an homogeneous not this or that, but they are not. See, this whole house that is crumbling, sir. It is not just affecting the south as well. It's affecting the entire place. They are losing the grip generally. That's why nobody knows why this is added to them. They have no idea.
Exactly.
Right?
But you have a point. You have a point. They are not homogeneous, but
Not
at least
anymore.
they have a law. They have a law that binds them. If they want to say Sharia, no. Maiyegun, you can say that they are not homogeneous.
Right.
But if they come from the perspective of Sharia, you will see that will change. Then they say, oh,
that's the problem.
Of
That's what I'm
course.
saying to you now that
Of course.
they used to pull that lever. Okay, that lever is now threatened. It's no longer there. You get what I mean? Now? So the lever was what we were pulling to see that they could put a lid on this land protest, but it's not working, and that's making them more desperate. That's why I'm like, a lot of us will have to wait to see what's going to happen.
I'm telling you,
you get it?
I'm telling you, they did. You know why? You know what they're doing? It's because Tinubu is not seen as a proper. He's from South, as far as they're concerned. Right. Though you say he's Muslim, it's still kafira as far as they're concerned. Look at Tinubu today. If you look at one clip I saw today, when he's going to greet Zagdan of Sokoto, the bloody guy is bowing. When he's going to greet Oni of Ife, he stand up like a road. He's a complete idiot.
Have any respect for Ageda?
He doesn't respect for the tradition of his own people. But following tradition, they're respecting it.
The point here is this, right?
Yes.
The South that seems not to be connecting, like you wanted to, like you put it, right? That the South needs to come together until that time, right? Now, because the North is always like together, I'm saying to you that even the main bone of contention right now, right, is that those who thought they have always like have that level of over the North, right? They've lost that grip.
Yes.
And that is a threat that they are now kind of pushing to escalate. So that unison of the North is lost. And we're about to find out something. So your theory, right? Your theory about, whether the South is not being together, we need to be together because of the way they are in the North, is going to change soon. Everything is scattered. Right? And it's just 2 days to figure it out now.
They're dividing us. They're using, this Tinubu, they're using Lagos, because that's why they play the ethnic card. We need to get rid of that ethnic card. And those, you see, it's not for nobody needs to tell you Yoruba.
Right? I'm going to stop you. You and I are going back.
Thank you.
I'm going to take another one. Okay. Thank you so much.
Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Bless you. So, hang on. Did I get that? Oh, I lost that. Yeah. Hello there.
Hello, sir.
Oh, Kenny.
I make it again. Why you don't recognize me?
And, I told you that it's only when it is so long time. And once I check sometimes I can guess right. But if it's been a long time, I'm likely going to guess wrong. How are you today?
I'm fine, sir. I'm really fine. I'm happy that everything is going to scatter in Nigeria very soon. I said I'm happy that everything is going to scatter. We are going to scatter their background, their soldiers and everything that they have put in place in order to destroy our life. I know very soon it's going to scatter. My contribution tonight is this. I know that Tinubu is playing a crucial role to destabilize that protest in Yorubaland, especially in Lagos. I see success in this protest if the Northerners can play a front runners in this protest. Because I know the Northerners very well. During their campaign, during their campaign, one share everything, we can't compare them with the Southerners. Peaceful. They are not peaceful in the North. They don't fucking give a damn. The way their terrorists are attacking, that is the way their citizens are. They have the same mindset. I'm only giving an opinion tonight that those people that are in Nigeria that want to go for this protest, let the Northerners play the front runners. Àwọn ògì ṣe àwọn tẹ̀lé dédé preach fún kínní kan ó yẹ ẹgbà fighter kí gbogbo ẹ lọlẹ̀ láíláí bẹ́ẹ̀ ti pẹ̀yàn kọ́ bẹ́lẹ̀. It will continue to burn down. And to be sincere, Maiyegun, this protest should never be a peaceful protest. There's nothing peaceful in that country. The people that you are going for,
people, they are paying people, mobilizing. So obviously, it's not going to be peaceful. People should just protect themselves.
They are waiting for war. They are, unless they want to deceive anybody, themselves, they are waiting for war.
Imagine this one that posted on social media that the Igbo must go this or that, all because of protest. this I never chop hungry twats. And people like them, are some of them are commenting on Facebook. They are mostly like this guy. Okay, they are blaming everybody for their miserable lives. They are not touching those. They are not touching those who are ruining Yorubaland in the name of Nigeria. They are not touching them, right?
I said
most of them look this
like Tinubu has captured everybody, but this time around, I have Malu Niwon. I have the Northerners are not ready this time around, and I know they are ready. Many people among them are the ones sponsoring this protest. As if hunger is sponsoring it, number one, but even the politicians among themselves, I know that they are ready for this protest, and I pray that this protest will be a successful one.
At least
then
for the sake
I
of
know
the
that
themselves, they deserve better.
Exactly.
Everybody talking about removal of thiefnubu. Well, what is removal of thiefnubu going to change? Nobody is interested in removing him, whatever is this for now. Like, at least let him. He made pronouncement, okay? He announced all these policies that destroy people's lives and businesses, right? Then he should announce and reverse them for a start. Nobody wants him to build Nigeria overnight.
We don't need all this rubbish.
So why are they making up all of this thing, all of this hateful and all that, yeah? Because that is their forte.
Just imagine. That exactly. That's what they do always. And he has been doing it again. Is this a campaign? We are talking about protest. You are campaigning. Because to me now, what they are doing is campaigning. They are campaigning by giving money. This is their system of campaigning. They give money during campaign. Now you are doing the same thing during protest. Are we campaigning? Are we having an election on the 1st? August, is it for election? Are we going for another presidential election?
It's people coming, okay. Oh, people are going to, okay, you know what? In order to actually really stop that, what we're going to do right now is that we're going to crash the price of petroleum. Straight now, announce it, okay? NNPC, yeah, open your stock and everything. Yeah, load them out now so that we can quickly crash that to maybe
simple, very simple. But these people are not ready. They are too wicked.
You know, import fee in Nigeria. Kenny, import fee, right? In Nigeria, exchange rate. Have you ever seen anything like that in your life? Nigeria is spending naira. The Nigerian custom is charging people in dollars. You know what they do?
Maiyegun, 2018, dollars is still 36,000 now. $36,100. $100. I remember very well. Now, yesterday I exchanged $100 in 162,000. Just imagine.
And that
$100, 162,000.
These are the issue, okay? And it doesn't really. Nobody is spared, but you are turning that into something else, and our people will be used. They will use them again. And the moment the protest is gone, they will abandon them.
The problem is like he's even provoking many people. He's provoking many people, telling them to carry trunk carrier to go and be beaten back. Your children should not come out for protest tomorrow. Who does that? In a democracy system, who does that? Why would you be denying people's rights?
You want to ban Kiniko. They are killing you. Some of you are dying slowly, quietly. Like that's not life. Nobody is asking to remove it.
It's not. Maiyegun, even those people that have money, they are suffering. Those people that have money, you see that they minimize the way they eat. Nobody can eat 3 square meals again in Nigeria.
And then somebody is coming to you and say the protest is about thiefnubu. Like, are you for real? Then you turn it around and say anybody that come for thiefnubu is coming for Yoruba people. Are you for real?
Which Yoruba people?
What is patriotism in that?
Century.
Are you patriotic to thiefnubu or patriotic to Yorubaland and the Yoruba people? It's unfortunate, Kenny.
Maiyegun, have you seen any nation that survive without fighting for themselves?
No.
In this whole world?
None.
No nation.
No.
Including America, even Russia, they are still protesting.
Yes.
If you can protest in Russia, what are you saying? Yes, now people protested. After if they are arrested, they will release them. Not that they will now seize them. Since 2020, some people are still in prison in Nigeria because they protested.
And they are supposed to be democracy.
Just imagine. In Russia, if you are arrested, they will release you maybe 24 hours. After 24 hours, they will release you. Maiyegun, I have protested in police station in Russia here. I myself, I protested in police station here when they arrested me. I told them my document is completed. I'll shout in police station. They later gave me money. They compensate me to leave. because all my documents come there. They arrested me that year. I went to court, do everything. If I can protest in their police station here in Russia, what the air are you saying that the Nigeria cannot protest in their land?
Because
what the air?
And then you begin to spread fear. You begin to threaten people. One by one. Let me take another one. God bless you, man.
Thank you, God bless you, sir.
Cheers. So, in like, what is it called again? Maiyegun General. Do you actually think that's just some pushover name or personality? Is that what you think? Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun General. This is the African Wahala. Good morning, my brother.
Prince Adewale, the African Wahala. How are you, Baba?
I'm doing very well, sir.
Grand.
Yeah. I had to chip in because of this stuff about Igboho. Now, we appreciate him standing up against the Fulani terrorist administration of Buhari. Yes, we appreciate that. But nobody is beyond criticism and nobody is above commendation. Maybe I'm not saying that the correct way, but there is nobody in this life that is above criticism.
Nobody.
So if Igboho allegedly came out and said, hey, we don't want any protests in Yorubaland, I don't know how the guy said it. But if that's what he said, he should go and hug Transformer. That's my message to him. Because when...
Who the hell is he? Who the hell did you think he is?
These guys are nobodies. And I'm part of the reasons I'm calling is I need to infuriate some of these slaves that follow people to the ends of the earth. They put people on pedestals
they create savior of humans. Like they create savior out of man, right?
Michael, this is one of our main problems. I'm telling you. I'm always talking about we need to stop worshiping these pastors. We need to stop worshiping these traditional rulers. We need to stop worshiping people. Period. There is nobody that cannot be. Even your father that gave birth to you.
You come to Maiyegun.
There is nobody.
Godfatherism. Maiyegun diary. And you still come around and think there's actually anybody beyond their reproach. When myself is actually still much on that pedestal of open to criticism too. Lori Maiyegun's diary political. Africa Wahala.
Maiyegun Mo even talk waiting people don't want to talk. How this Igboho making money? No be through political talkism. Was it not a political talk for Oyo State?
I don't want to really go like all those things yet.
Don't worry. I'll go there, my brother. I will go there for you, my bro. Right. Unless you tell me not to.
No, have I ever told somebody not to say something or do something here?
I'm going to tell you the truth.
Go on.
A lot of us that knew about how certain people made their fame and popularity by being instruments for political criminals. The same criminals that destroyed this country. I'm talking about the Adedibus, the former governors of Oyo State, the criminals, the thugs that made Oyo people eternally poverty-stricken. Sunday Igboho was one of those working for them.
It was actually a key.
And that's how we made money. So why the hell do you think I will respect him? Yes, a broken clock can be correct twice a day. So if a broken clock is fighting against Fulani terrorists, which is in my interest to an extent, I will support him. But that doesn't mean that I don't remember the fact that he is a political thug that made his money from the uselessness of Nigeria. So with that being said, all you clowns, just come to the comment section, type your rubbish, I'll cuss you out, then block you. Okay? And nobody is above criticism. No, absolutely nobody. I don't care who you are. You guys love all that.
You can't take people's commitments. You can't just take that for granted. Okay? I mean, we have people who have years of commitment, financial commitment, because they listen to you, told them they will get Yoruba Nation. Only for you to turn around and now tell them to what? Defend.
Tell me I can't protest.
You don't understand how insulting that is.
What kind of insult is that? I'm dying of hunger. I can't feed my children, and you're telling me not to go and protest. Who the hell is this guy?
Coming from somebody who was leading protests to encourage us to leave Nigeria.
What a hypocrite. This man is an alabosi. This man is a hypocrite. Yes.
I have been hearing.
I hope it's all allegation. Don't worry. Leave that. Leave all those guys. Anyways, at the end of the day, we're not even trying to cause any fight. Bro, we already have too much fight in our hand. We're already fighting with the demon. The demon called Nigeria. We don't need to fight any one of these other clowns. But don't bring your Baba Sokwe bullshit around us, because we don't respect that. We don't respect that. And finally, Maiyegun, we had this conversation on Sunday. Yes. I told you that me personally, I would rather Nigeria break up after this revolution before we get Yoruba Nation. And this is part of the reasons. Because, you see, a lot of our people, we have this mentality of worshiping and being slaves to other people. We just want to worship someone. We just want someone to be our hero. But if we have a revolution now that these young people are about to set up, and that revolution creates a society where people no longer respect, or at least a huge percentage of the population no longer respect all these clowns. They no longer put people on a pedestal where they cannot be criticized. They no longer look at all these pastors and all these fake traditional kings as their saviors. Then we can have Yoruba Nation after that. Because when we get to that Yoruba Nation, we would have fewer Baba Sokwe slaves that will be telling me in the future that, no, you can't go against that man. He's our leader. No.
That does, things. We cannot question him.
Sorry, we'll quit questioning people.
Maiyegun, thank you. I will now begin to kind of fear somebody and say, "Is our lead?
Come on, thunder fire all those leaders." Amen.
Let me take another one.
Thank you, my brother.
We've got just about 10 minutes to go. I have a caller, so we can share it like 2 minutes, 2 minutes. I can still take like maybe 3 calls. Here, hello. Do I still have you or not? Are you there? Okay. So I think I lost that caller. I'm taking another one. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, Baba, how you go? God bless you, sir.
And you too. How you doing, Baba?
This is Scott from Canada.
Scott, thanks so much for dropping by.
If he's already happening, it's already happening. There's no way. I think the poverty caused all of this process. And same thing is happening in Venezuela now. The police that they ordered to attack the peaceful protesters, they are removing their uniforms. It's happening right now. It's happening right now.
Venezuela,
police they are removing their uniform right now to join the protest. Because you are also part of the problem. You are suffering.
And now the bigger society.
It is. I don't know if anybody goes to any police station in Nigeria. It's impossible for you to spend a whole day inside police station in Nigeria and not your body cell will be smelling. The odor that comes out from a police station can make you go to the hospital. So they are also suffering. The military, the soldiers are suffering. They are suffering. So if somebody is sitting in a hotel and giving you command to go and kill people, it's happening. I think it's good that social media is bringing all of these things to light. Thank God for social media. If not for social media, they will just
they have been having an easy riding rough other people.
Exactly.
And they have been doing so, believing that they will remain that blind.
Exactly.
It is dropping,
it is dropping. The level it will get to now, I think it's good that poverty is the only thing that will spring people up. 5 years ago, you still buy small Indomie for 50, 40, 45 naira. Small size Indomie. Crate of egg, you buy a crate of egg for 400 naira. Even at 400 naira, then we will say, this is a big man area, we buy for 400 naira. You can't even see a crate of egg now for 4,000 naira. So even the minimum wage is not even enough to feed a baby. A baby cannot even survive on 70,000 naira today. You know, so
giving them 5,000 naira would be enough. And for how
exactly.
long, right?
Yeah, I don't blame them. They've acquired so much assets that they cannot maintain. You know, one of the big problem is acquiring assets. Assets sometimes can be a problem. You know, when you acquire too many assets that you need money to keep maintaining it. So they have a lot to protect. There are a lot of vessels. There are vessels waiting to take crude oil. There are vessels waiting that this protest will stop. So they have a lot.
So they will do
they have a lot.
You see, they will do everything to stop the protest, but they will not do anything to actually implement policies that can change things or reverse things. You know what I mean?
It's impossible for you to make policies because the system. Recently, I sent an average Nigeria today is an average Nigeria. If you put 10 Nigerians now, 8 of them are ready to scam you. You know, you can't take advantage of you. So you can't give the president will give order.
And then the governor said don't respond. Will milk again.
The governor said he's ready to scam you, scam president. The commissioner is ready to scam governor. The local government one, you know, a manager in the office is ready to scam CEO. The ordinary chef in the kitchen too is ready to scam anybody.
I know. Let me take one more. Then
you know, yeah. Thank you very much. I'm happy everything is going pretty well. You know, with the protest. So I pray that things go really well. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you so much, Escoto. So I'm going to take my last call. Okay. Listen, I have said this, and I'm not new to this. Okay. Somebody is saying something about Koiki. See, I am going to have to, you see this one that you have watched this afternoon, okay? Some of them that are mostly like irrelevant. They've become irrelevant since the moment Igboho was locked up. And then since then till now, they've been like nearly irrelevant. Even Koiki himself is involved in some of this shady nonsense. So whatever he wants to say about me, he better be very sure, right? That there are those things that I will hear and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's true. They are not things that are going to be made up in because he's going to be desperate to want to say something. Somebody said he said I blocked him. I don't know. Anyway, the point here is this, okay? Somebody said, somebody asked, what do you mean? Who told you that Igboho is not serious about Yoruba Nation? I told you. It is all fluke. It's all fake. It's all smoke screen. Anybody that tells you that they are promoting Yoruba Nation, and then they have an association with thiefnubu, they are completely fraud. And you can prove me wrong on that. Okay? So because you have to prove to me the connection between thiefnubu and Yoruba Nation. Okay? You would have to come and prove that. And then most of you actually have no shame. Okay? You have no shame to the point that you have said a lot about this same thiefnubu, but because you do not have shame, with little kind of memory, right? You are likely going to, to have forgotten. Now you defend them. You say a lot of things. Don't use Awawi because, you know, we need to let people see what's going on, okay? And I hope we won't get to that. So this one is pretty much like tells you, if you say Yoruba nations will not protest, and then you turn around and say, no, you didn't say that. Okay. That means if I have cocked the gun before to shoot the truth fully, I can uncock it, but that doesn't mean that it is not still loaded. Do you get that now? Because we know what came with all of these pronouncements. Yeah, we do. And when the time is right, we will help the people with the right information of those who are planning to create violence in Yoruba land. How is it going to sound if the people that once rose together to say Yoruba land needs peace, Yoruba land needs safety, are now those that they are going to pay to wreak havoc in Yoruba land, just to prove that thiefnubu controls here. And if we say no protest, no protest, Igboho better not get involved. I've got my own facts too, so you better be careful when you want to kind of speak for him, because majority of you can't speak for him. You can't. Here, hello.
Baba mi Maiyegun ẹ kú iṣẹ́ kẹ́.
Kábíyèsí o, Bishop.
Fine, sir. Well done, sir. Èṣù oníráyè láàrin wa lórúkọ Jésù. Ẹ má jẹ́ tún go. Ẹ má jẹ́ lórúkọ àwọn alálẹ̀.
We are telling them, Teba like Tinubu, Loba Tinubu, but like attach Yoruba Nation,
attach Yoruba Nation more, yeah.
So I'm a
yeah.
So it's better.
Benny,
and if they win, since they have the right to do whatever they want, Abi, then we also have the right to expose them.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Benny, all what your analysis and all that, you are not lying, no. I'm an insider in Yoruba Nation, no.
Bless you, Baba.
Working directly with Baba Kitoye. But what I want to make clear is that I don't know who advised Oloye on this release. It's just diplomacy.
Dumbo fool, honestly speaking.
Yeah. Diplomacy, they won't try to create. It's just diplomacy. And Chief will want to keep quiet. There was a time
keep quiet to yourself. Whatever it is you are doing with them.
Say
you just that is what the situation now. Yeah,
oh my cause confusion. Oh my cause confusion. Oh my cause confusion.
Everybody destroy everybody. I will only show you.
Tinubu might drag everybody down.
Destroy everybody, but never shame. I help you.
Tinubu fed ó fi wò wípé tóun bá ń lọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo wa lájọ máa lọ́lẹ̀.
Yorùbá òde lọ́lẹ̀ nítorí
Tinubu. That's Tinubu for you. So we don't have to play any game. Kò sí any relationship kankan láàrin Igboho àti Tinubu ọ̀tá ni wọ́n o.
You get
but ó fẹ́ lo diplomacy yẹn kó má tún di pé wọ́n tún lé nínú ilé. Those are the issues, and Chief could have just keep more money to advise on Kini Sita. I don't know. He could have just keep quiet. He could have just keep quiet.
Anybody to buy defense Tinubu let you about Yubani, and they will be treated the same way. Everybody.
The same way. That let me tell you the truth.
Yes.
That man gave his old family a leo. That man gave it. Do you know where? Momo. Cannot nígbà yẹn. Do you know àwọn Yorùbá kan nínú Yoruba Nation want to kick against it. The guy was crying. Wípé ká lóun ti kú. Ṣé ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ tó máa ṣe fóun rẹ̀? So he is just trying to play diplomacy. I think this one was mismanaged. It was mismanaged. It was mismanaged. He shouldn't have written anything. Because Yoruba Nation was not even stated out on protest. So, they
the rest of them, we are seeing them and we are watching them so close.
So closely, so closely.
You cannot rubbish the sacrifices of people.
Yoruba,
right?
People
for years, just because you want to
come and play game. Come and play. One call letter to Tinubu is on negotiation.
And
Tinubu did not go down low.
And now
go down low.
At
everything. Baba that is something we pay it my gbeko. So even this protest is helping us. Àwọn Yorùbá máa jáde wọ́n máa protest but letter tó gbé jáde, let me tell you also.
Yes sir.
Mo fẹ́ kó mọ̀ wípé àwọn tájọ́ ń ṣe Yorùbá Nation àwọn ọ̀tá pọ̀ láàrin wa tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún Tinubu.
Oníjìbìtì ni wọ́n ṣe Yorùbá Nation, they are just like a front.
Àwọn ọ̀tá pọ̀ láàrin wa. Deputy ẹni tó jẹ́ wípé deputy Baba Kitoye gọ́gọ́gọ́gọ́. Wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kíkẹ́ how to ní ayílóge or something. Wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kíkẹ́ how láìpẹ́ ni. Tó fẹ́ máa drag àwọn èèyàn kọ́ lọ máa support one Nigeria. Baba Kitoye sọ wípé he was disappointed wípé tó bá ní pé èèyàn máa betray òun máa ní pé máa yẹn òun ṣe òun kò lè jẹ́ òun. But he did. So, but Emikoma Shonipe, me, I know your intelligence. I know your intelligence. And somebody like you is needed advising Chief Igboho. If you put a call now to Koiki, I know you're not going to call. Yes, I know. During that time in Benin, that's when you be that.
It was a total mismatch.
Igboho will be largely welcome you to speak with him and advise him that Baba,
stay away from Tinubu. It's as simple as that.
You give your
if you
own
want to be
view
with
to him.
Tinubu, it is your right, Baba. It is your right. Do not drag Yoruba Nation to it. We've seen enough.
He's not being with Tinubu. He's not being with Tinubu.
So you reduce all of their sacrifices, including the death that happened. Right? You reduce that to
easy.
Because when it came, when Yorubaland will not be a launch pad for the disintegration of Nigeria. Do you even understand how important that is?
Benny,
to even say that or put your name beside that.
Benny. He's just trying to play diplomacy. He's just trying to play diplomacy not play, but co-work ni. I'm just so none.
Anyway,
I'm just so none.
Thank you so much, Bishop. It's all right. Thank you. I will never do anything that I cannot defend. Come public by mo gbeja en ko won loju straight ni e so mo need response. Let's see how it goes.
Benny was onikaluku dey right.
You get that? E ka wo boy man lo.
Kò síjà.
You know,
God
bless you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So yeah, I hold you the right to explain, to let you know what is going on, okay? Now, if people who don't understand what is really attached to this Yoruba Nation advocacy, there are so many of us who actually take it so serious. And I won't lie to you. To achieve Yoruba Nation, we will sacrifice all of these Olori Bukwoma and Yorubas that are misleading Yoruba land and destroying Yoruba land. But that's not going to be done by a group of people. It will be done by the Yorubas to them, and we will lead the charge. But she might enjoy whatever it is Nigeria is kind of making up. Continue to tell me to come back and do this or that. Maiyegun's diary, right? I do not have to actually see any of you face to face before. You are held responsible for your actions. Trust. If you haven't really kind of put your hands in front of my blade once, maybe you can see all you can. But when I speak, when I address an issue, I mention names. I do. And I've just mentioned few. And I hope, like our dear bishop just came to clear, it was a diplomacy gone wrong. Let it just remain as that. As for Koiki Tolon Sosokuso, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to. But if it becomes something that comes to my attention, I just pay time to destroy. When I say destroy, I'm talking about the lie you represent. Okay? All of your fraudulent lies. And not just that, including all of your actions that we should be working on too. I'm just saying, because the Yoruba Nation advocacy. Do you understand that? And Yolori Bruku our Badorians that you are probably going to be party to, with soon because of thiefnubu. We already identified them and what they believe in. Once thiefnubu is dead, their own ideology and everything about them will die. We know that. We just want to reduce the damages before that time. So please, don't play on our intelligence. You are welcome. Okay? So thank you so much, everyone. Me, I know they do physical job, but you see this, and some other things behind there, right? They can make your biggest man beg. Do you understand? Because if you have something like the trust of, we want our own nation and all of that. That's an ideology. You can come around and fool around. You can come around and scam people and all of that, but do not ever in your life try to undermine that or link it to that of a thiefnubu. Thiefnubu doesn't represent anything Yoruba, ever. Everything thiefnubu represents or stands for is always been against the Yoruba land, against the Yoruba people. Do I need to explain that to you? So yeah, it is the fight between the light and darkness. You are a thiefnubu supporter. Magic pretend. We know they pretend. I don't like you, you don't like me. It's obvious. And I don't want you to like me because I would never, for any reason, have anything to like you for. So we will deal with ourselves that way because very soon, all of this, they have expiry dates. It will soon expire. Okay? It will soon expire. Hey, well, warm up. Let you refresh. I'll see you later this evening. Let's see what happened there before evening as well. Before evening as well. Thanks for your time. I will see you later. Good afternoon.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Maiyegun dayari politico. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.